Go to faculty session. You may be seated.
Jurors, now we're going to start the evidence in the case. The Commonwealth may call its first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. With the court's permission, the Commonwealth would call Harrison Schmidt.
So do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony shall give in the cause now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can be seated.
And you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, could you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Harrison Schmidt, S-C-H-M-I-D-T.
And sir, I'm going to ask if you can keep that microphone a little bit closer to you so it will help amplify. Now, sir, where do you work?
Cohasset Police Department.
And what is your rank at the Cohasset Police Department?
Sergeant.
And how long have you been with the Cohasset Police Department?
Full-time since 2012.
And how long have you been a sergeant?
Since January 2023.
Before January of 2023, what was your rank within the police department?
Detective.
And how long have you been a detective?
Since 2014.
And what were your responsibilities in January of 2023?
General investigations.
In addition to doing general investigations as a detective, did you have additional responsibilities with the Cohasset Police Department?
Yes. The lead firearms instructor, taser instructor, certified to certify officers to become firearm instructors, use of force for the department, and active shooter.
Now, in addition to the Cohasset Police Department, do you work with any other law enforcement organizations?
Yes.
Which one, sir?
The Metropolitan Law Enforcement Council.
Can you tell us what that is?
It's MetroLEC. It's a consortium of police departments that come together with mutual aid to share resources and personnel to create specialized teams.
How many police departments are a member of MetroLEC?
About 50.
And how long have you been a member of MetroLEC?
Since 2015.
And what is your responsibilities within MetroLEC?
I'm on the SWAT team, and I'm the lead firearms instructor for the SWAT team.
And does MetroLEC have a search and rescue team?
They do.
Can you tell us about the SWAT team's interplay with search and rescue?
The Metro SAR team, search and rescue, if they need physical searchers, they will pull from the SWAT pool.
Now, as a result of working with MetroLEC and Cohasset Police Department, how many fatal investigations have you been involved in?
Dozens.
And how many missing person cases have you been involved in?
Between both, about a dozen.
And, sir, with your missing person cases, have you been able to recover each individual?
No.
And what are some of the reasons why not?
Medical issues, exposure to the elements, suicide.
Now, are you familiar with the investigation into the disappearance of Ana Walshe?
Yes.
How are you familiar with that investigation, sir?
I'm the lead investigator.
And when did you become involved in that investigation, sir?
January 4th, 2023.
And about what time on January 4th did you become involved?
I was notified on my way back from SWAT training by a supervisor that there was a missing persons investigation beginning in patrol. So I was requested to respond and assist.
And so about what time of day do you think that may have been?
I went to the police station about 4 o'clock p.m.
Now, sir, when you went to the police station, what did you do to begin your investigation?
I coordinated with the patrol officers that initially responded to investigate.
Yes.
I reviewed their reports. I conducted queries in law enforcement databases to get background information.
And after doing all of these activities, did you have the opportunity to do anything else to further your investigation that afternoon or evening?
Yes.
What did you do?
I went to Mr. Walsh's home and interviewed him.
Now, where is Mr. Walsh's home?
516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway.
And can you tell us about that street? First off, I take it's in Cohasset.
Yes.
And does that street go by any other designation?
CJC Highway or Route 3A.
And so, as it being Route 3A, is it a busy street or is it like kind of a smaller side street?
It is 2 lanes divided by a double yellow line, main thoroughfare through town.
And about what time did you go to 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
About 6:30 p.m.
And who went with you?
Officer Lawrence.
And why did you bring Officer Lawrence?
He was the initial patrol responding officer.
And so that night when you got to the Walshe residence, can you tell us what happened when you arrived?
I was greeted by Mr. Walshe.
Okay. And when you were greeted by Mr. Walshe, who else was home at this point in time?
His 2 children.
And what were the children doing?
They were eating McDonald's.
And whereabouts?
In the kitchen, there's a kitchen island that they were seated at.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, the Commonwealth would seek to what's been marked as Exhibit 1, a photograph with the file number SLD 7068.
Any objection to that?
No objection.
Ms. Gilman?
Marked in a minute as Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we want to move them all in? Are there
There's no objection.
objection to this group? I just want to be as efficient as possible. You want to move them all in?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How many are there?
52, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you have an index of what their designation is, or can you get that to the court just so that we have a record of that?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll give that to the court at the lunch.
All right. So any objections? I know you've, and by the way, jurors, before a case starts, the parties work together collaboratively to see what evidence they can agree to and what they can't, to limit the rulings. And they've agreed that these 52 photos are fair and accurate representations of what they report. And so the defense is agreeing that those 52 photos offered by the Commonwealth are now marked and admitted into evidence. They will be marked by the appropriate court staff as 1 to 52.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No on evidence. Thank you.
Now, sir, looking at Exhibit 1, can you tell us what we're looking at? Oh, well, you will going to have a tough time looking at the back. Sir, can you see it?
Yes.
Excellent. What are we looking at?
This is the front of the residence at 516 CJC Highway.
Thank you. Now, Ms. Gilman, if we could have Exhibit 2, file number SLD 7067. What is this we're looking at, sir?
Still the front of the house, focusing on the right front corner.
And at that right front corner, are there any other entrances or egresses to the house?
Yes, there's a side door recessed on that little 3-step porch.
When you went to the house that night, which door did you go to?
That door.
And perhaps now's a good time for me to ask you, can you tell me how this house is situated from the street at Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
It's set back a long driveway. In front is another house and a used auto car dealership. It's in a wooded area.
And that's what's around the house, is the wooded area?
Correct.
Ms. Gilman, could we have Exhibit 3, file number 7175? Sir, what part of the house was this?
This is the kitchen.
And when you got to the home that evening, where were the children?
In those island bar seats.
Now, you get to the house. What is it that you do with Mr. Walshe that evening?
We sat at the dining room table and conducted an interview.
And do you see Mr. Walshe here today?
I do.
Could you identify him for the court, please?
The gentleman seated over there, blue suit, white shirt.
Your Honor, if the record may reflect, the witnesses identified the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
Now, sir, where did the conversation with Mr. Walshe take place?
The dining room.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 4, 7178? What is it that we're looking at here?
This is the dining room.
And where was Mr. Walshe when you had your conversation with him?
Seated in that front right corner towards the camera.
And where were you seated?
The far seat, the seat that has that black jacket on the back of it.
Where was Officer Lawrence?
On the window bench.
And where were the children while this interview took place?
They were in and out of the room.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 5, 7177? Sir, what are we looking at here?
This is the area in between the dining room table and that kitchen island.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have the next exhibit, Exhibit 6, 7131? I'm sorry, 7124. And sir, what is this again?
This is a closer view of that buffet table.
And then when you were there that night, what was in the house as far as pets?
A dog.
Ms. Gilman, can we have 7131, which I believe is Exhibit now 7? Sir, where is this in the home?
If you go in that side door, you're in a hallway. If you take a right, there's a sunken in family room.
And is that dog the one that was home that night?
Yes, Hans.
Any difficulties with the dog that night when you were talking to Mr. Walsh?
No,
And where was the dog that night when you spoke with Mr. Walsh?
in that crate.
Your Honor, at this point in time, the Commonwealth would seek to play the interview of January 4th. I have not marked as an exhibit yet, but I have it on the municipal drive.
All right. Subject to the objections that have been preserved. Any other objections?
No, Your
All right. So this will be, are you offering it?
I'm offering to have this marked as the exhibit.
All right.
It's the only one we'll be able to play.
It'll be marked and admitted now into evidence as Exhibit 53.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Exhibit 53, you've had the opportunity to review that, correct?
Yes,
And does that fairly and accurately reflect the conversation you had with Mr. Walsh that night?
it does.
Thank you. At this point in time, Ms. Gilman, I'd ask if you could press play on Exhibit 53, the interview from January 4th.
Okay, the order is on. It is 18:39 on Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm Executive with Cohasset PD. Present here is Officer Williams and Sir Brian.
Yeah, Brian Walshe.
Brian Walshe, okay. Brian, what's your date of birth?
131.
Okay, and we're at your home 516 CJC Road.
Yes, it's right now.
Perfect. So could you do me a favor? I know you've explained a lot of this today. Could you just do me a favor and start at the beginning? So, I understand your wife, Anna, she travels a lot for work.
She's in DC for this great new job she got, and we're to follow shortly, but it's taking longer.
Awesome. So, starting, most late. She was at work.
One second.
Yep.
That's okay. Can you please let me finish this, and I'll have which one you need, please? Yes. Okay, okay, 1 second.
Do whatever, we're on your turf, so do whatever you need.
Thomas, and you. All right, yes, go ahead.
So, most recently, so Anna, it's my understanding that Anna came home on, was it Friday?
Friday morning she arrived, yeah.
Friday morning she came home, okay, and she flew from DC to.
Yes, I can show you she sent me that information.
Sure, I would love to.
You can look up. Yeah, you can look through all of that, but that was the last one she sent me.
This is,
That's
word text.
no, she texted me so I would know when she was coming in. I asked.
So this is your text,
Yeah, my text is on, so you can take a look at that, whatever you want to do.
alright, so it looks like on last Thursday at, 7:36 p.m. There's a screenshot of the JetBlue app, and it's a travel itinerary. It's a flight B6254, dated December 30th, from DCA, Terminal 2, gate C28, to Boston, Terminal C, gate C33. So it's departs at 6:30 a.m. Arrives at Boston 7:57 a.m. And then do you mind if I just look at?
Please look at anything that's going to help you. Please look at everything. She sent me some, she had a day with Thomas, and she sent me some videos of that, and then you'll get into the area where I start texting them kids and refer to me. And if you want to look at it, there's probably a year's worth of text, so if any of that is supportive, please.
Sure. No, I'm not looking to pry. I'm just really.
I'm open, trust me. That's,
No, I appreciate it. So, Friday around 6:01 a.m., you text flight on time.
right.
She responds amongst other things, yes, 40 now. So, okay, Friday 7:59 a.m. landed. And And then it looks like Friday, 12:07 p.m. Photos of Anna and the oldest, Thomas.
Yeah.
6 years old, my man. More photos Friday evening. Did you take these photos?
I took that photo.
You took these and sent them to Anna?
She usually would just send them to herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
She'd
she.
take my phone and send them to herself.
Okay.
The ones that she liked.
Very good.
Okay, I know it's exciting for you guys.
So that was a series of 7 photos sent Friday at 6:33 p.m. And Anna sent this group of photos?
I believe so. So I took the photos. A lot of times I take the photos and she takes my phone and sends them to herself.
Okay. Monday, 2:33 p.m. A text from you to Anna. Monday, 7:18 p.m. Another text. Yesterday, bring a text. 6:39 a.m. Continuing to 8:30 a.m.
Usually she's back in touch with me at this point.
Okay. What's Viber? Calling you in Viber now?
Viber is what her sister uses. That's how it's like a WhatsApp or something.
Okay.
So Viber is from a long time ago. She used that to communicate with Europe and stuff like that. So when her SIM card died last week, she called it on Viber. So I thought it was called Viber.
Okay.
Sister uses it. So I tried every sort of situation I could to get in touch
Okay.
before going to this other reading.
Sure. Did the SIM card issue ever get resolved?
I believe so. Her phone was working when she came here.
Okay. It's my understanding that it's a company phone.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So
It's on Verizon, if you know.
no, so we're on Verizon. I don't know what the company is on, but I know that she was part of our family plan, and then she just ported the phone over.
She brought the number over to their system.
Well, she took the phone.
Okay.
So like that was canceled and it moved over.
Okay.
But I think she took the number as well because we can change numbers.
Right. Okay. So she took the family plan number
And
And
phone.
to work, and then work to start paying for it.
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Excellent.
I guess they call it porting it over.
For yep, one carrier picks up the other carrier.
Yeah, but I think they don't use Verizon.
Okay.
T-Mobile.
Okay. Okay, so she flies in. I see the text around 7 a.m. How does she get from the airport to home?
Yeah, she always Uber or Lyft.
It's Uber or Lyft.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Uber was one and Lyft was two.
Okay. And then so she gets dropped off.
Yeah, she usually they drop her off further down because they don't find a place. So, but that's pretty much.
Sure. So
That's why I was in contact when she's arriving. There's more contact than when she's going to DC. Normally, like off pretty quickly. Yeah,
work,
right.
work,
So,
right.
so if that has been reversed, it would have been a totally different situation. But I'm hoping that I wouldn't know what's going on.
Sure.
She's supposed to be here, so.
sure. Okay. So she comes home Friday morning.
Mhm.
Do you guys do anything together, or what are you doing? What,
Yeah, so
Try to make through the weekend. If you don't mind.
yeah, it was a pleasure. I had some when she was running late, so I took William and Brian to Kindercare. It's where the daycare's where I picked them up from.
Yep.
And Thomas was off, so I said, would you like to have a day with Thomas? I was going to go, hopefully Thomas. I just am going to do a few errands that I've already scheduled for. And then she was having a good time, and then I came back, and then we spent the rest of the day with the evening with the kids, and then we hung out.
Okay.
And she was a bit tired when she came, so she wasn't feeling well. Okay, guys. Okay, and Saturday was December 31st. She went to work out in the morning, and
What's the gym?
yeah, it's bar method.
Bar method?
Yeah.
Okay.
She went to Glossy Nails to have her nails done for the new year.
Is that also a name?
I believe so, yes.
Go back to Friday. Do you rent this thing in the house? Or
Yes,
you
that's it,
didn't
yeah.
know
No, we didn't.
Oh, wow.
No, we were just taking the house.
So you rent some air,
Yeah.
and then you just hung in the house.
Yeah, then with the kids, doing family
So then she gets farm up in the morning
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
And Glossy Nails.
Yes, because that was the last time I used my phone to say, they're okay.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, I just decided to get my nails done. I was like, okay, great. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh. and then she said, then she came over and said, hey, I'm going to take the kids. I'll give you a break. I'm going to take the kids to a place in Kansas, the Wonderland over there. It's an indoor place. Okay. So this is what, and then my son took my phone up to his room. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Can you make a movie? Can you organize movies for us? Thank you so much. This guy's never right. Mesmerized by you. So what happened was I was like, that would be great. So I get ready because we're making dinner for her former boss, Jen.
Okay.
So she hadn't seen him face to face for a while. So I said, I got some time alone to prepare dinner, get everything together, and she took the yeah. A lot of people call him Jim. He's been on the phone with me 5 times today as well. So she came over, and then we had
Dinner here?
yeah, we had dinner here. Yeah, we had dinner here. We celebrated the New Year, and then signed the bottle. She signed 23 things the best year ever, and then I'm working on it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. Okay. Okay. See, that's how it happens. At that time, I didn't have access to my phone. Okay. So, sorry, he does that a lot. I apologize. He's multiple.
The kids had a phone, right?
Yeah, so William, the excited one, took it up to his room. I didn't know it was there, but I knew it was going to turn up. We have a lot of worry that it's going to be thrown out. She had thrown out my wife's family a while ago. That's the age of the kids, but they have a tendency to throw stuff away.
Yeah.
So then she's been on the phone a lot. Or texting with work, and she mentioned with Jem that she was worried about work and things like that.
Okay.
And I was like, all right. She was scheduled to leave Tuesday morning early. And then she said that there was an emergency at work, one of the buildings, and that she had to leave early in the morning. Sunday morning. And I was like, okay. Normally I would have been like, that's ridiculous, but she worked up until 7 p.m. on December 24th in another building in D.C.
Okay.
So I thought, all right, this is, we're going to be together soon enough as a family. It's fine, we make this decision together. So,
do you know what kind of issue arose?
she didn't explain it to me,
Some kind of
but there was one of the buildings had a bunch of leaks, another building the FBI raided at one point, another building there was a disgruntled tenant, and so she was dealing with all of that. She's the regional manager there, so I didn't know because I didn't want. I was like, all right, well, whatever else to be done. And then she said, hey, I'm going to have time off for Martin Luther King Day. I can be here for 4, maybe 5 days, and I was like, well, that's great. That's great news. And then she only brings her bag. Her carry bag's normally a Louis Vuitton bag.
Okay.
And she didn't bring. She just brings a little bit of stuff. She's got a bunch of stuff in this place, or she just goes buys it. And then what happened? Then she woke me up around 6 and said she was going. She came down. I guess Thomas heard her and came down, and she said, I have to go. And he said, I love you very much. And she said, I love you very much. And then he said, said that she left without a taxi, but I don't think he saw it because it was further down. If you want to talk to him, but he said it was a taxi, and I was like, he described the car. He's like, well, I really didn't see it, Dad. So I was like, okay. So he was coming down to get. I think I could not.
Maybe Anna said taxi.
Maybe she's my driver. Like, but I know that she was not driving. There's no way she was driving a vehicle. There's like zero possibility of that.
Okay. When was she originally scheduled to fly back?
Well, it was Tuesday at probably 8:30 or 8 or the early flight that she takes. But what was I going to say? I never got the confirmation for that.
Okay.
But she usually just sends me her arrival because that's the most important for us once she's with the kids and everything and scheduling.
Right.
So.
Okay. Does he particularly travel on JetBlue?
Yeah, she got a JetBlue credit card that gave her 80,000 points, and she doesn't like getting new credit cards, but she was like, well, we're doing this a lot. So she had gotten that. I had no access to that. She just got it, but she also started to use it more because she needed to spend a certain amount of money to get the points. So that changed our whole dynamic over the last month.
Yep, that makes sense. So, she's been flying JetBlue lately. Is it a particular airport that she's going to as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's JetBlue or American Airlines. American Airlines is second.
Okay.
This is Jeff. You guys don't want to talk to him. Yeah, gotcha. So JetBlue number 1, American Airlines number 2. That's all I know. I don't think she ever took anything else. And someone said maybe she took a connecting flight. She never took a connecting flight. Even once in the summer when they had the thunderstorms, she spent 8 hours at the airport. She didn't even consider like, well, I just go get stuck somewhere. It's not DC or Boston, so it's no good. So I don't think that happened at all. I can't imagine that. And then it was always DCA and it was always Logan. It was never, she never went to National or anything like that.
Okay. So what? You heard this from William as to the whole taxi mention?
Thomas, this is my 6-year-old, yeah. No, William doesn't have it.
Yeah, well, it was time.
Yeah, William's story would be much more fantastic.
Why do you think Thomas was up?
He gets up early,
Okay.
and he's always watching. I let him sleep with his iPad, so he wakes up and starts doing that. And then I guess anytime he hears action downstairs, like during when we were having the dinner and celebrating, he came down to say like a jam. So anytime he hears something, he comes down. So he must have heard his mother, and he was like, "Oh, great, I'm awake," so he came down.
Okay.
Because when he was on the couch, I came down and said, "Sorry, Mommy, I took you early."
Yep.
And he said, "I already know that, Daddy." I said, "Goodbye."
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, because he was on the couch earlier than normal but he'd been off the whole week, so he get a lot of rest. So
Okay. So going back to New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So it's you, Anna,
And
the
Jem.
boys, and Jem.
yeah, well, the boys were we put them to bed. Jem didn't get here till 8.
Okay.
And Anna
They're all in bed.
Anna took them to that indoor play. So totally,
Is it Wonderland?
I call it Wonderland. It's probably indoor play Canton. It's in Canton. It's an indoor play, but I don't have the exact name. Anna was on top of that.
Okay. So it's you, Jem, and Anna
Anna, and then
doing the dinner.
yeah, and then Thomas came.
Okay.
And hung out, and we heard it was going, and I finally went to bed.
Okay. So how did the night progress? How late did Jem stay over?
Yeah, Jem stayed till almost 1 or so, like after midnight at our age with kids. We're like, okay, it's past our bedtime. When you're younger, you're like, hey, what's that?
I was in bed at 10:30.
Yeah, right. There you go. So, and that's when during that time, Anna was dealing with her phone a lot, and she'd gotten a message from Adela, who I've spoken to today, who was like, "Hey, you didn't see me before you left," and so he was upset. And then she was seeming, I don't know, she seemed like the last couple of weeks, she seemed like under pressure at her job. But she mentioned even Jem spoke about today. There were a lot of things she didn't like doing or she's not good at. So that seemed to be on her mind. She spoke to me a few days before saying she wanted to see a psychiatrist. And I was like, yeah, we're apart. It's been difficult for all of us. I've seen a therapist, like I told him today, the last 35 years. So anything that would support you is fine. And then, but I mean, I always make fun of her, my super sturdy woman. So it seems like she was invincible. And so that was going on, and then she said that she had to go after Jen left. She said she had to go.
Okay.
And I was like,
So maybe around 1:30?
yeah, maybe before, like, after 1:30.
Okay.
And then, because she was like, we're going to go back. And I was like, what's this? She's like, Brian, I really have to go back. And that's what she told me. And I was like, what's like, that seems odd, but I get what's going on. She was supposed to be here the whole week.
Right.
But she didn't go Friday because she was just too much work that she was trying to keep up with. So the schedule has been, hi, thank you. thank you. But the schedule has been like that, for the past few months, like where she's been having to cut back on family time, and it's been difficult for all of us, definitely.
Sure. When exactly did she, how many months ago did she start the job, or when did the whole new arrangement?
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been here for 9 months almost. We were over here for 3 months, and then things took longer. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then at first she was supposed to be in Boston, the job.
Yeah.
And she worked at the Boston property. And then that wasn't working out, and then she moved to DC, and then I was like, all right, well, we'll do this. It shouldn't take long, and then, things progressed, so that was not the best.
Okay. I can imagine that's gotta be tough.
Yeah. But, the only problems we had in our marriage were that we weren't spending time together. That was like, during the pandemic, after we got divorced, we enjoyed family time. I loved it, yeah.
Sure. Okay, so what's the time frame? So, Jen leaves between 1 and 1:30?
No, Jim leaves like 1, let's say 12:15, 1 o'clock. Because I remember looking at the clock, it was close to 1.
Okay.
And then Arne and I were talking, and then I went to the bathroom, and she said, I have to, let's go to bed. And I said, sure. And then I was like, let me clean up. And that's when she said that she had to go. She's like, I really have to go tomorrow.
Okay.
And she made mention that she might have to leave early.
Yep.
Earlier on Saturday. Then she confirmed it, but she always was like, hey, I'm going to be there early, I'm going to stay longer. And she's like, I can't do it. So I think maybe I was putting a lot of pressure on her for more family time, and
Right.
she was having a hard time.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right, so you think by 1:30 you both were upstairs and going to bed?
Yeah, absolutely. We both sleeping.
Okay, and then she was to catch a early flight.
Early flight. So she only got, this is why she's always been tired. She wasn't feeling well
Yep.
on Friday to begin with, and she was very ill the week before. I want to say, because I got sick too. The kids got sick, and I got sick, and she can't. Everyone got sick.
Boys run around there.
Yeah, so everyone's sick a lot. So, but I want to say on February 27th, she worked from home. She was so sick, which is very rare.
Okay.
So, but she was feeling better. But I noticed a difference there, and then she probably got 2.5 or 3 hours of sleep.
Okay.
And then she gets up, and you hear her like in the bathroom getting ready.
Yep.
And then it must have been 6. I didn't see the clock, but it was dark outside still. So.
Okay.
And that's when she came down. Then she does the final cleans up and stuff like that.
Okay. Did you sleep through that whole morning routine?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I used to get up, and she was like, "You're gonna be ruined and when you get up." So I was like, "You're right," but she comes and kisses me.
Okay. Okay. And then, have you heard any other communication or seen any other, just your social media?
Yes, she has a bunch of social media. People have already been looking into it.
Yeah.
I guess her iMessenger comes up on my phone for some reason. I don't know. So people have been sending messages, and I think they're for me, but they're for Ana. And her Instagram, I have some access to, but I don't do any social media really. So it's her domain. But everyone is called saying that they thought that they saw some action on the Facebook, Jen and Adela, and I said it must be me. It comes through, and I look at it because normally I don't. But now I'm looking at everything that comes in.
Yeah.
But there have been no I don't think there've been any new posts because I've asked everyone who does it.
To keep an eye out.
Yeah, if there've been any new, but it does not seem like she's on Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook.
I don't know of any other platforms.
All right. So Sunday morning when she leaves,
Yep.
you haven't heard anything.
Don't know that. But just to be clear, I did have the phone, and last week on it was the 24th. She had that work at Mazda building or something. So I didn't hear. We spoke in the morning, but I didn't hear from her all day. And then she was supposed to be here on a flight, and she missed that flight on the 25th.
Okay.
She drove up.
Okay.
At that point, that's when I freaked out because she was coming here. So I'm like, well, where is she? I haven't heard from her.
Right.
Super weird. And that's when I said, you're missing. And I'm going to call Sally, her sister.
This is the 24th.
The 25th, I'm sorry, 25th, yeah.
So Christmas
Day.
Christmas Day.
And she worked all night, New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
which I was not happy about, but I understand. She was supposed to be here early on the 25th. She wasn't here. And I didn't have, Jen sent me her flight info.
Okay.
That's one of the few times. So then I started to really get nervous, and I called Sally and Alyssa, and I called Jim, but I didn't say anything to Jim. And then I called my mother, and I was gonna call this person for right there. So I was like,
Yep.
And then she called. I'm driving up. I was at the airport. My flight was canceled. I was busy. I couldn't get in touch with you.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So this time around, it was a bit different. She's going to DC now. And I didn't have the phone, so I just emailed her saying everything's okay and all that's fine. So,
Where was your phone on Sunday?
so Saturday at 11 a.m., I guess William took it, put it up in his bed. It was under, Thomas found it under his pillow on Monday at that 2:30 time when I got in touch with her.
Okay.
But I emailed her twice before that, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. I don't want to, every time my wife needs 5 minutes. So, and then I started getting nervous, and then on Tuesday I started to call around, and I remember her telling me, "Hey, don't call work. Don't embarrass me at work, Brian." And I was like,
Right.
"Sure." So I called Sally and everyone, and then I was like, and then this morning that's when I was like, I have to. And
We're going on another day.
yeah. So now it's Wednesday today. Today's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I lost. And then this morning, that's when I started calling everyone.
Okay.
And then the chief of staff got back to me very quickly. I left a message at their off-site sales. I said, "Can you please say Brian Walshe called another building that we pick up?" And I was called her boss, Jeff Chog. I didn't have his number, but I was looking for it.
Yeah.
And then it was Graham that called me and said, "Is everything okay?" And I said, "I don't know. Is she at work?" And he said, "I didn't see her yesterday."
Okay.
And that's when things kind of moved a lot quicker.
Okay. All right. Very good. That all sounds reasonable. Has she ever forgotten her phone or left her phone here before?
She's never left her phone here. I mean, she's pretty good at it. It has happened.
Yeah.
It has happened, but I don't think she's ever left her phone here.
Okay. Does she ever turn the phone off or put it on vibrate or anything like that, or does she always keep the ringer on?
No, she definitely turns it on. In the evening we have
Okay.
it, so.
Is she on call at times where she would always keep her phone on, or is she okay to just shut it off at night?
She would turn on the side. She never turns the phone off though.
Okay.
So the phone is almost always on. I mean, a lot of times she's running out of battery.
That would be my next
Yeah.
question. Is she one of the types that's always looking at her phone charger?
Yeah, no, we have also the kids are destroying them all the time, and so here at the house, she's always looking for juice for the phone.
Okay. Okay. Is anything else come to mind that we should be aware of?
I mean, I talked to my wife. Even though that we've been doing this for a while and we haven't had that, I talk to her a lot, and even if she can't talk, she sends me a text saying I'll call you right back or something. I mean, it's very rare. It was one or two times that I didn't hear from her, and then I freaked out, and then she's like, "You need to take it easy. I mean, it's too much pressure, Brian." I said, "Sure, of course, I understand."
Right.
And now this time, I feel like I was not high pressure enough. I should have done something more. So my mother is always calling and like she's like, "What's going on?" She was high crime investigators and stuff like that. So I was like, "Coming." So the detectives, they're coming. The gentleman at she was fired as a head of global security. So
Okay.
I think we're in good spot here.
Yeah. Do you have like shared or access to her Uber or Lyft accounts? Or
No.
does she run her own?
Yeah, I don't use any of that stuff. Yeah, I'm driving around and I never did. It worked out when I was single. My friends were taking all the Ubers, but Ana was always ahead with the tech and things like that. And since she was, I never did anything to learn about it because I didn't have to. So it's
Right. Does she have any family here stateside? Or is it
me and the boys. That's it. And then her sister is in Toronto. I told her sister you guys are coming, and that she's available to talk. Everyone's available to talk, whatever you want to ask.
Okay, perfect. Appreciate that. So she got a sister in Canada. Where's Anna's mother?
Okay, so Anna's mother's in Belgrade, and Anna was just there. Her mother has been sick. She's here, and then she got back to Belgrade. So she went up. She was going to the hospital to do some work. So she and her sister were both very supportive of her
Okay.
at the end of November, beginning of December.
Okay, so not too long. But
No.
And that's Serbia.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and Sally, her sister, called and let her mother know what was happening.
Okay.
So
So any other siblings?
it's basically just the three of them. It's her and Sally and Malaka as her mother.
Okay. No brother or anything?
No.
Okay. Any like half siblings or anything on the father's side?
There's someone, his name is Milan. He is a cousin that they share land with, that they've been in a dispute with for, 30 years or 20 years.
Okay.
And I've been going back and forth for our entire marriage. They had a deal. It just fell apart. They went up to deal with that as well.
Okay.
Yes, but Sally and Anna do not get along with Milan at all.
Okay.
But he's
that's kind of a tumultuous relationship.
there.
And there's activity related to that as recent as early December.
Yeah, they had to go deal with the lawyers, and they had a contract that was signed 5 years ago, but they had to, cancel it.
Okay. It's like a land dispute.
It's a huge land dispute, yeah.
Okay. Does she have any other best friends? I know you mentioned Jim, which was an old.
Jem is, there's a girl named Carrie Westbrook. Carrie Westbrook. She's a very good friend of Anna. They both work at the Little Washington. Jem and Bella called to say that she posted something about it's been 10 years or 13 years, and Anna would normally always say something. Okay, thank you.
What did they work for?
At the Inn at Little Washington. That was Anna's, I think Anna's one of Anna's first jobs when she was young.
Okay.
So Carrie, and then in town there's a Bella who works at the Melrose. He's been in touch with me several times today. There's a neighbor. She made good friends with the neighbor. I don't know who the neighbor is though. That's Winter is her name, but I don't have any numbers. And she's been spoken about with that for several months, which is, I guess now I figured out it was on. There's Alyssa Kirby. Peter Kirby lives in Marshfield, that's his brother, and Alyssa Kirby lives very nearby. When I called on Christmas Day, Alyssa was going to go over and check on the house.
Okay.
And that's an Anna call, and then Anna's like, settled down. But Alyssa has, she's like, I can go to the house. But I said, everyone's already been to the house. Alyssa, thank you.
And these are DC contacts?
These are Alyssa is a DC contact, and Bella is a DC contact. Carrie's in DC. The gentleman who sold us our townhouse, William Basso, is in DC. And his office is very close by. When I called him, he's like, "Oh, I just got back in from Idaho," but he immediately went over to take a look at the house.
Okay.
And Bella did too.
Okay. Just so I have the dynamic right, you guys started in DC and you came up here?
Yeah.
The Boston opportunity? And then that kind of brought you back down?
She was in DC. I was always involved. Like, you're going back, like, from the beginning of our relationship? Yeah.
So, like,
sure.
how long, like, when did you guys meet and when did you guys get married?
Oh, right. Yeah. So we met, years ago at a place called the Wheatley.
Okay.
And then she went to DC for a job, and I was traveling, and then I called her in November 2011 to say, I'll be in DC, and then we met up, and we started going out again, and then in 2013 we lived together in DC, and then that was working out, and I came up to Boston, and then she quickly came back after.
Okay.
And then we were in Boston since then, and then she got this job in DC, and she said, oh, I'm going to go back to DC now as it works out. And I said, sure. And then but we were in Boston for 7 or 8 years together.
Okay. Do you have any, does she have any other phones, or is it just that one work phone, or like an Apple Watch, or anything?
She wanted to get an Apple Watch, and we were actually getting one. I don't know. I didn't see. She would have told me we would talk a lot, so I don't think she was talking about getting another phone and an Apple Watch. I don't know if she got the Apple the extra phone, but I was wondering if she had a second device as well.
Okay.
But she normally likes to just have one device. There have been times over our marriage where she's had 2 devices.
Okay. Is it, who's typically in charge of either the finances or the accounts?
Oh, Anna's very good at that. I like, we do it together, but when it comes to being on time paying the bills, she's much better at that stuff. So,
Okay, great.
with me, like more, broader advisory, like let's do this, let's step on that.
Sure.
But no, she is a operations expert. That's like
Logistics, that's her thing.
perfect. Yeah.
Okay. How about, if you don't mind me asking, like, overall, like, financially, like, everything good and in order, or
Yes.
are there any stressors, or,
Yes, yes, definitely. Okay. Well, financially, in some ways, better than ever. This job was 3 times what she was making in Janet.
Oh, wow.
That's why I think she did 315 this year.
Oh, wow.
So that was huge for us.
Sure.
And then, yeah, definitely. So that's why we decided to do the deal. But I've been having legal problems for many years now. It's one of the reasons why I couldn't leave, because I'm dealing with that now. And it was supposed to be done a long time ago, and it wasn't. So we've been really depressed about that. And there is restitution that I get to pay, but we have the money, and we're just waiting to get a final resolution. So the stress was being apart and not being the authors of our own lives. I couldn't move when we had to. And then our mothers had both of their health had been difficult. So she had to go to Belgrade instead of coming here for 2 weeks.
Right.
And that was a hard hit. And then my mother, she needs a lot of assistance. She's had cataracts, and she's had 3 cancer surgeries. So
I'm sorry.
no, she's doing well. So thank
That's
you.
good.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But those were everything okay, Thomas? Okay. Maybe this is like that. But yes, the biggest stress is not being together. Before, when I was dealing with it, we were together. It was fun. It just it was it was one of those we were magnificent team. We were able to get through anything together. I was reading her a love note just the other day from 4 years ago about how we're able to blossom under such difficult circumstances. So
Perfect. I appreciate you being so open.
yeah,
Is it okay if I ask about
please ask any questions you'd like.
the legal stress?
Absolutely, yeah. So, do you have a specific question, or would you like to
Just to run down, what?
Yeah, I just represented a Warhol piece. You could read about it in the papers.
You're an attorney?
All right.
What's your representation?
No, I was.
I don't even know what you do, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, we haven't tried that. So I had some art, and I lost money on it, and I misrepresented it to another person, a gallery in L.A.
Okay.
And then the FBI got involved, and I was arrested, and that occurred in 2018. So I've been dealing with that, and then I went to sentencing in October 8th of 2021, and everything was going to be fine.
Yep.
But it called for the bank check saying that some of the money had been returned, but none of the money that was in the bank check, and then things were postponed.
Okay.
And then things continued to be postponed, and that's, so I'm kind of locked down here at the house. Part of my sentence was home confinement, but it's gone over the 12 months because of things have not been resolved yet.
Okay.
And that's why I haven't been able to be in Massachusetts with, sorry, in DC with my wife, and she's been doing this. So, but we were, just the other day, there was possible resolution for the whole thing. But obviously,
Anything that's not.
that's what we're looking with. The prosecutor definitely,
You can make a mail.
I will. Give me one moment. I'm going to make the note for you. But the prosecutor definitely was interested in more in his second opportunity at the Apple. So that's why things have taken a lot longer. And, but that's where we're at. And if there's any other information, you can. I'll give you my attorney's number. She can also tell you about it. She could probably explain the law better than I can. But I was I acknowledge I was out of integrity, and I'm thank you. And I'm dealing with the whole family. Unfortunately, is dealing with it because of my actions.
So, like, what I do to capture judgment?
No, that's right. But I just no. I want to.
Get a whole picture.
I don't want to hide anything from you because if that could lead to finding my wife sooner, that's the most important thing.
Right. Yeah. So
But it's I do want to acknowledge extremely.
It's stress or anything like that.
But it's extremely embarrassing for me to talk about. But I under these circumstances, it's worth it.
But we're not. Again, we're not here to judge.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Um,
Is there any? But please, if you have any other questions, please ask me. This is don't hold back.
She obviously has a passport, right?
Yes.
Is her passport still here?
No.
Is that something she normally carries with her for traveling, or?
Yeah. I would say yes, because what happened was she lost her ID at one point.
Yeah.
And now she had to start carrying her passport.
Using that as
Yeah, but now she always carries her passport. She brought, William does not have a passport. Carlos and Brian do.
Okay.
And when I got nervous about, not seeing her and stuff, I was like, hey, whoever is with the kids should have their passports. It's the only form of ID. Also, my mother wanted to open up an account for Thomas, and so the only way to identify him properly.
Sure.
So she brought those passports here, and they're here now.
Okay. Is she on any medications?
No, not that I know of. She just so for health, I'm out of shape, but she's in great shape. But she we had a bit of a cancer scare last year, but they biopsied and said it was fine
On her side?
on her side. And but she kept saying that she felt that she was pale recently, and I said because she hasn't had a lot of rest, she'd be working hard and flying. Okay, and flying in, and then when she gets here, it's not restful. The kids are like, so I would give her some weekends off and say, hey, stay in DC. I'll take care of the kids. And, you gotta get because she's here the whole weekend and leaves early in the morning for work. And then now her work schedule is really, when she got back, the work schedule really got very tight because she'd take 2 weeks off.
Okay.
So we really didn't have any time for the holidays or anniversaries. So
Sure. So, you're not aware of any medications. Any other health issues or anything come up? Going biopsy?
No, nothing. I mean, it's very unlikely that she would hide something from me.
Right.
We really talked about everything, and no, I can't think of that there'd be anything else.
Okay. Luggage wise, she probably has a full set of clothes in DC.
Oh yeah, and most of my clothing's in DC too. So the idea, she thought it was going to take a month or two, but it was taking a lot longer. So we had to buy stuff just to like everything. We keep having to buy new stuff.
Up here. Okay. So, I assume she travels light.
Very light.
Okay.
So one time she just brought her purse.
Yep.
And then this time she brought up my heavier coat that I was cold. She said on the brink. So she brought her little carry-on.
Okay. And
But
you had a coat in DC, so she brought your coat up here?
Yeah, because I was wearing this light coat, and she said, "Come on, I'll bring it up." I was like, "All right."
That makes sense, sure.
But that means she has to bring more luggage, and I felt bad. She's like, "Don't buy a new coat, don't get cold and get sick." So she was
You sure have the carry-on?
absolutely, it's a Louis Vuitton carry-on. It's
It's like a big purse. Like,
well, I know it's the duffel bag, the Louis Vuitton duffel bag. Yeah. My mother actually, she wanted me to ask the Washington police if they saw that bag at the house, because if that bag was there, then she's definitely at that. She'd been to that house.
okay.
It's the brown, the classic, yeah.
With all shaped.
Yeah, with
I'm gonna
the
first
LV. I mean, I had to become one my wife said, yeah.
Yeah. Any like memory issues?
Yeah, she has terrible memory. We make fun of it since we've been together. Yeah, she's like, I think that's why she's always happy. She doesn't remember anything.
Well, I mean, so she's not losing like big gaps of the day, like
No,
like hours go
oh
missing.
nothing
Just
like
classic, you know, like
like
right now, like
Yeah.
I forget what I had for lunch.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, but that's the joke it always made. It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, you know, she's always, that was always a thing. Or even, you know, further back, I was the one who had the memory of everything.
Okay.
But I told her it was good. I could repeat stories. So a fresh marriage forever. It was good.
I like that. Any substance abuse?
No, actually, Anna basically drank nothing when she met me. She started to drink more,
Okay.
and then we both with the kids and stuff pretty much shut it down. But New Year's Eve we did have some champagne and stuff like that. Yeah.
Completely reasonable.
But no, Anna's they're totally straight out always.
Do you have any sort of like family tracking on the apps? Like on my iPhone?
I don't.
Tags, anything like that?
So my mother just bought AirTags for us, and Anna picked it up on Saturday. And I have one. I said, "Yeah, one of these is for you."
Sure.
But because things went so, those are her sunglasses. What did you find? Okay. All right. But because she left early, we were going to do a lot of work for the New Year and stuff, and then she was going to be having an AirTag with her.
Okay.
My mother was like, "That's an AirTag." You know?
Yep.
But they're right on my desk, all wrapped up and everything. And she's the one that like launches all of it. She's the one that puts stuff together. So
Yeah.
So, and I would always just say, "Oh, okay, we'll wait till you come back." I was always waiting for her to come save us. Four guys over here.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I should take these. No.
It doesn't look expensive.
Yeah. Your mother's gonna get upset. Okay. Don't break them. Okay. All right. Nobody else.
Where did he find those?
I don't know. They must have been over here or something like that. I didn't notice. I didn't notice. I just noticed that. Okay. No swearing. Sorry for that. I thought you were saying truck for a while.
I heard truck. I'm on his side. I heard truck.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Did she bring the big duffel bag back with her? Have you seen it
I
yet?
know we haven't. So when you asked me what she might be wearing, her black coat, but it's a small coat.
Yep.
The hunter boots were gone, blue and gray, the duffel bag, and then the purse that she brought,
Okay.
a black purse, probably.
Okay. Do you have any cameras at the house?
Not this one. Oh,
Ring doorbell.
no.
Rental.
Yeah, no, we don't have any here.
The landlord or property owner or anything?
I don't think so. I haven't called Peter yet. I've been calling a lot of people, but I've been ready to go to the next level again. But I don't think he's got. He might have something down by the garage. He might have some stuff down there.
Sure.
But I don't think he's got anything on. I haven't seen any ring doorbells anywhere.
Okay. Any cameras at the townhouse in DC?
There's she installed. We had the door. What's the not ring, but what's the other one? Not our blink.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them now.
Arbo.
What's the one that has a thermostat too?
Nest.
The Nest. I think it was a Nest camera. But that would be on her phone. But when we were, I'm going to one moment. When we were at Jerusalem Road, we had 3, so I'd be out playing with the boys, and she talked through it and stuff like that. So she's very good with that. Yeah. But no, I was not here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Any other questions? Or?
Sheila, anything else?
I can't think of anything else that you haven't already explained. Appreciate
No, I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. I know it's 7:30, and you guys are still here, so thank you for that.
Do you mind if I take a look at the camera roll? Maybe if she took your, if she took.
The photos I have on this.
Yeah. Just if there's something that jumps out, you know what I mean?
Sometimes the kids get it, so sorry.
No,
But that's everything here. You can take a look. There's 5,000 photos. Glasses back, please. White glasses, please. Oh, okay. It's gonna be okay if I run around.
Yep. This is what happened to us.
Yeah. I always make the joke, I'm gonna make it extra happy for you guys. Yes, Thomas. Okay, well, please tell him not to. That's not common. William, please. Oh, no. I would like to say I don't know where he learned that from, but I'm pretty sure it was me. You're thinking that that's your brother's. You're gonna get very upset. Thank you. Can I have those glasses back, please? No. All right.
If you don't mind me asking, what kind of errands did you run on?
Yeah, on Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, basically, I just went down to see a friend of mine, Paul Fleming. We hadn't seen each other in a while,
Yeah.
and then brought back some of the stuff for New Year's meal and things like that. And trying to think what else.
Where was that? Where did you get them?
It was in Boston. Oh, yeah, it's almost there. What? Oh, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you anytime you want to go through this, feel free. It's so
No,
weird. Like my
it's-
whole life is like on this thing. I'd be like, here's my life. Go enjoy it.
Yeah, I just looked. I saw the photos from the area.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
of your wife and the boys.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
And that was a Friday.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I also went to I had some interview banking stuff to do, so that was the other thing.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Do you mind if you just do a walk through the house, just see if anything jumps out?
Yeah.
I want to give a fresh set of eyes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So, unless, is there anything else? Because I'll shut this off. Is there anything else that,
That's it. That's all. Yeah.
Greg, do you have any ideas? I know we covered a lot. I really appreciate you doing
Yeah. No. Of course. Absolutely.
Sometimes every little thing helps. You know,
I believe that. I honestly believe that.
you know, there's 3 upsets. We'll go online and see if we can start something down. So,
Right.
all right, it is 7:31 on Channel 34.
Sergeant, I have a few questions about that interview. How old were the children at this point in time?
2, 4, and 6.
And the oldest child, what was produced during that interview?
An iPad.
An iPad. And when it's heard the defendant saying 121212, what is going on at that point in time?
The child needed help unlocking the iPad, and the defendant assisted in punching in the code to unlock it.
Now, in addition, at some point in time, someone produced glasses. Who did that?
The middle child.
And directing your attention to what's been marked as Exhibit 6, file number 7214, Ms. Gilman, if we could have that. Sergeant, do you see the glasses there in that photograph?
Yes, there were ladies' glasses there in the black case underneath the mirror on the counter.
Now, after or during the interview, he showed you his phone. What did you look at on his phone?
Text message thread between him and Ana, and the camera roll.
And what did you see as far as travel arrangements?
There were screenshots of the JetBlue app that Ana had sent him for the flight from DC to Boston.
So at the end of the interview, there's mention of doing a walkthrough. What did you do next?
We concluded the interview and began the walkthrough.
Okay, and so what is a walkthrough, sir?
We just went throughout the house to see if anything jumped out or seemed important.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 8, 7115? So, sir, what part of the house was this?
This is the front of the house it's not the front door, but it's like the primary access door to the right.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 9, 7120? Now, where are you in the house at this point in time, sir?
If you go into that door from the last photo, you're in a hallway. If you look left in that hallway, this is the entryway into the kitchen and dining room, that open floor concept.
And Ms. Gilman, if we can have Exhibit 10, 7122. Where is this in the house, sir?
If you go in from that outside door and you look straight from the hallway, that's the first floor bathroom.
And what is inside the first floor bathroom besides the bathroom?
Washer and dryer.
Ms. Gilman, Exhibit 11, please, 7169. And I take it this is the washer and dryer inside that first floor bathroom?
Correct.
Could we have Exhibit 12, file number 7137? Where is this, sir?
If you come in that same door, that hallway, if you look right, there's a sunken-in family room.
And what is at the back end of this sunken-in family room?
There's a staircase that leads up to a single bedroom.
Could we have Exhibit 13, 7138? Where is this, sir, in the house?
Those are the stairs leading up to that single bedroom.
Exhibit 14, please, 7140. Now, where is this in the house, sir?
This is that single bedroom on that right side of the house.
What access does this bedroom have to the rest of the house besides going down those stairs to the sunken living room?
None.
Could we have the next exhibit, which is Exhibit 15, 7141? And where is this, sir?
This is the same bedroom.
Could we have Exhibit 16, 7152? What part of the home is this?
This is that sunken-in living room. This is the closet door beneath the staircase leading up to that single bedroom.
Did you have the opportunity to look inside that closet?
I did.
Could we have the next exhibit, Exhibit 17, 7153? Is this how the closet appeared, sir?
Yes.
Now, can we have Exhibit 18, 7165? Where is this, sir?
This is the hallway as you enter through that door. So that door would be to the left, bathrooms to the right, and then the kitchen dining room straight.
Could we have Exhibit 20, file number 7235? Now, what part of the home is this?
That door on the left is the front door. So this is, if you're looking away from the dining room, you'd be looking at the stairs upstairs to the main part of the house and the living room straight ahead.
What's at the far end of the living room?
A fireplace and a TV.
And if we could have the next exhibit 21, 7236. Where is this, sir?
That's a close-up look of the living room with the TV, the fireplace, and the bureau.
Exhibit 22, please, Ms. Gilman, file number 7237. What part of the home is this now?
Still right in the living room. It's the stairs leading upstairs to the main part of the second floor of the house, a view into the kitchen and the backyard.
Now, are there any other rooms by the kitchen?
To the left edge of this frame is a small office.
Could we have Exhibit 23, file number 7246? What is this, sir?
That's the small office.
And could we have Exhibit 24, 7288? Where is this in the home, sir?
That is the second floor bathroom.
And can you describe the second floor layout for us?
If you walk up the stairs to the second floor, the front door would be to your back. You enter a hallway. Straight ahead is a second floor bathroom. There's two bedrooms to your left, and there's a primary bedroom to the right that also has a bathroom in it.
Could we have Exhibit 25, which is file number 7298? What are we looking at now, sir?
If you were in that hallway coming up the stairs, if you look left, that would be the doors to the two bedrooms on your left.
Could we have Exhibit 26, file number 7301? Which room is this, sir?
This is the front left bedroom on the second floor.
And who is residing in this bedroom?
The defendant.
And so what is in the drawer next to the bed?
Some sheetrock or drywall from the ceiling.
Could we have the next exhibit 28? Well, actually, I'm sorry, 7301. Could we have 27, 7302? And sir, where is this?
That same bedroom.
And then could we have exhibit 28, 7309? And what orientation is this, sir?
This is looking at the bedroom door from that same bedroom.
We would object for the reasons stated before.
Excuse me?
We object for the reasons stated before.
Thank you. Preserved.
And then I'd like to have exhibit 29, if I may, Ms. Gilman, 7319. What is this, sir?
A hole in the ceiling in that bedroom.
Now, what is above the ceiling in that home?
An attic.
Did you go into the attic that night?
No.
Now, can we have exhibit 30, 7320? What room is this, sir?
This is the second bedroom to the left in that hallway.
And could we have exhibit 31, 7321? What is this, sir?
That same bedroom.
And who was residing in this bedroom?
The middle child.
And who was residing in the bedroom that was by the sunken living room?
The eldest child.
Could we have exhibit 32, 7259? What room is this, sir?
This is the bedroom to the right, the primary bedroom.
And with this primary bedroom, what was it attached to as far as a bathroom?
There was an attached bathroom.
Could we have exhibit 33, 7269? What is this, sir?
That's the attached bathroom.
And could we have exhibit 34, 7335? What's this, sir?
If you're standing in the kitchen, looking towards the front of the house, this is the basement door.
And what was on this door as far as child safety locks?
Up top was like a child safety device.
Could we have exhibit 35, 7336? Where is this, sir?
That's the doorway from the last photo looking down into the basement.
Could we have exhibit 36, 7340? Where is this, sir?
If you go down those steps and you look right, this is the view of the basement.
And could we have exhibit 37, which is file 7343? And where is this?
If you go down those steps and look left, this is the view of the basement.
And then could we have exhibit 38, 7557? Where is this?
Those are the basement steps.
Now, what access did the basement have as far as to the outside of the home?
If you come down those stairs and look right, there's a outside door that leads to the left side of the house.
Did you have the opportunity on January 4th to do any examination outside the home?
Yes.
Could we have exhibit 39, file number 7077? Where's this in relation to the house, sir?
This is the left side of the house, so that basement door would be just off frame to the right.
And there's a fence there, sir. What's the fence around?
That's leading into the backyard and the in-ground pool.
Could we have exhibit 40, 7080? And what is this?
View looking into the backyard.
What condition was the pool that night when you were there on January 4th?
It was full of water. The water was dark green and cloudy. It was unseasonably warm that night, and so no ice or anything. And there was no pool cover on it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
There's no pool cover on it.
Could we have exhibit 41, 7084? Now, where are we in the house, sir?
You're within the fenced-in portion of the backyard, looking at the pool.
And how is the pool different in this photograph than when you were there that night?
It's drained in this photo.
What is, sir, in the left-hand corner, what is that part of the house?
Shed.
Could we have exhibit 42, 7091? And where is this?
This is in the backyard, a view of the back of the house.
And exhibit 43, 7092? What about this part, sir?
This is the back left corner, if you're looking at the back of the house.
And, sir, did you have the opportunity to look at that shed as well?
I did.
Could we have exhibit 44, 7097? And did you go inside the shed?
I did.
Could we have Exhibit 45, 7390? And where's this, sir?
That's a view inside the shed.
Sir, did you find anything that night when you were there on January 4th?
No.
And did you have the opportunity to look at any vehicles that night while you were there on January 4th?
Yes.
What vehicle did you look at?
Volvo XC90.
Could we have Exhibit 46, file number 7057? What is this, sir?
That's the Volvo XC90.
And sir, if I can just ask if you can keep your voice up, did you have the opportunity to look inside the Volvo?
I did.
What did you see inside the Volvo that night?
I noticed the trunk portion of the SUV was lined with plastic sheeting that was folded.
And anything else inside the Volvo?
In the trunk, I noticed like a maple seedling, like a, it looks like a V they spin when they fall from the trees.
Now, how long did it take to do this walk around?
About 30 minutes.
And what did you do after the walk around?
I returned to the Cohasset police station.
And what did you do when you went back to the station?
Furthered the investigation.
How so?
I checked for any international flights, if Ana had taken any, by putting a flag on her passport.
Yes, sir.
I reached out to the Metro DC police to do a walkthrough of the townhouse down in DC.
Yes, sir.
And I called Ana's sister.
Now, after doing those things, did you ever have the opportunity to return back to 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
Yes, that evening.
And why did you return back to the home?
I brought the fire department back to the house to investigate the pool.
And so, how did you do that, sir?
The fire department brought high-powered floodlights and a pike pole to like scrape the pool to see if there's anything inside.
And what did you see happen when they did that?
They found a pool skimmer at the bottom, and then they used that pool skimmer, because it was wider than the pike pole, to scrape the bottom of the pool.
And was anything recovered?
No.
And about how long was this? Did it take to do this checking of the pool?
15 minutes.
And after you did that, what did you do next?
Returned back to the police station.
And but what time do you think you got back to the police station?
10:30 or so.
And so, did you do anything further on January 4th?
Would have reviewed the notes I had thus far.
Okay. And then, what's next in the investigation?
I spoke to Jem the following day.
Okay. So now we're on January 5th.
Yes.
Okay. So walk us through January 5th as far as what you did as the investigation to find Ana Walshe.
I began contacting friends and family, gathering more background information. I created a missing persons bulletin, and I disseminated that to the department internally. I believe it went out on our social media. I sent it to the Mass Fusion Center, the Mass Crime Net, and the South Shore Detectives as a shared distribution list.
And may we have Exhibit 47, the poster? So, sir, this is the poster that you circulated?
Yes.
And I want to ask you about some of the places that you circulated it. You can take it down now, Ms. Gilman. Thank you. You said Fusion? What's that?
The Massachusetts Fusion Center. It's a information sharing system for law enforcement.
And besides them, what other organizations did you share it with?
A Mass Crime Net. It's a distribution list for detectives and investigators.
And then was there a third?
South Shore Detectives.
And so I take it that's just the police departments in the South Shore.
Correct.
So you've circulated the flyer. It's January 5th. Now what are you doing?
I began checking for financial records to see if there were any recent transactions. The phone was pinged the night prior, and we were reviewing the phone location data that day.
Okay. And so you're reviewing phone location data. And in addition to that, do you do anything as far as searching the area that day?
A canine track was conducted a area search with a canine was conducted in the house.
Can you
In
tell
the
us
rear of the house, excuse me.
the rear of the house? All right, so what's the rear of the house like at 516?
It's wooded. If you go through the woods straight back behind the house, you'll reach another neighborhood.
About how far is it between the two neighborhoods?
Less than a quarter mile.
And how is this area search conducted? You said a canine, but what's that
So,
entail?
a canine handler and the dog will do a scent search to see if there's any odors that jump out to the dog, if there's any indication.
Who is the canine handler that worked on this?
Sergeant Reardon,
And what department is he affiliated with?
Cohasset.
And so, was anyone else involved in the search at this point in time?
No.
So, after the canine search is done, what else do you do on this case, on the 5th?
We checked for any Amtrak travel. We had troopers from that are assigned to the Logan Airport check each ticketing agency to see if there's any travel for Ana.
And what did you do as far as checking in with any cab companies or anything like that?
I began calling cab companies from Quincy to Plymouth.
Any other ride shares that you checked on?
We checked with Lyft and Uber to see if there were any pickups in that area of town.
And besides checking with the troopers at Logan Airport and cab companies and ride shares, what else did you do on the 5th?
We requested additional resources.
And who did you request for additional resources from?
My supervisor reached out to the Norfolk County, the troopers assigned to the Norfolk County DA's office.
And did you have the opportunity to meet with any of those troopers on January 5th?
Yes,
About what time did you meet with the troopers on January 5th?
about 5 p.m.
Where did you meet with them?
Cohasset Police Station.
And who did you meet with?
Trooper Chico and Sergeant Buchanan.
And what did you do when you met with the troopers on the 5th?
I brought him up to speed on the investigation thus far, and we listened to the audio recording of that first interview.
After that was done, did you do anything else besides just reviewing the recording with the troopers?
We went to the house,
About what time do you think you got to the house?
8:30.
And who went to the house?
Myself, Sergeant Hunt, Detective Lieutenant Lopes, Trooper Chico, and Sergeant Buchanan.
Who is Sergeant Hunt?
Cohasset Police Sergeant. He's now retired.
And who is Detective Lieutenant Lopes?
My supervisor.
And the other two were the state troopers.
Correct.
And so who was present at 516 CJC when you arrived on January 5th?
The nanny, Robin Howe, was leaving as we arrived. Present was the defendant, his mother, and his 3 children.
And so what did you do that night as far as dealing with the defendant?
I conducted a second interview.
And who participated with the second interview?
Myself, Sergeant Hunt, Trooper DeChico, and the defendant.
And where did this interview take place?
That same dining room table.
Where was Detective Lieutenant Lopes and Sergeant Buchanan?
They were in the living room on the other side of the staircase.
And who was with them?
The defendant's mother.
And what access did you have to the living room?
It's an open floor concept, so the only barrier in between those 2 rooms was the staircase.
Now, Your Honor, may I have a moment?
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. That interview on January 5th, was it recorded?
It was.
And have you reviewed that interview?
I have.
And does it fairly and accurately depict the interview you had with the defendant that night and Sergeant Hunt and Trooper Chico?
Yes.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth will seek to enter a drive with the interview from January 5th as the next exhibit, which would be Exhibit 54.
Subject to the earlier objections, any new objections? It'll be marked and admitted as Exhibit 54.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I have it.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, may we play Exhibit 54?
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, could you play the interview from January 5th? Thank you.
The reporter is on. It is 1956, January 5th, 2023. We're at your home. We're at 516 CJC Highway. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm a detective with Cohasset Police. Present is Trooper
Chico, I'm assigned to the Northwest CA's office. My name's spelled B-I-C-I-S.
and Sergeant Garrett. It's Cohasset.
Brian Walshe.
Beautiful.
I look for
So I'd just like to circle back to. I'd like to circle back to last weekend. So, could you start me with in the morning? So, when you woke up, I remember when we talked, I was just going back to my notes and taking everything up. When we talked, I had out to go and I left. Could you fill me in starting from when you woke up on the first, so it's Sunday morning?
Oh yeah, definitely. Baby Brian normally gets out of work for this 7 or around 7ish. So when it's about light, and then I get up, and then yeah, sorry.
No.
And then I get the day going. I'm supposed to change William and Brian in the morning.
Yep.
I didn't. I'm 50-50 on 100%. So we went down and I made French toast for when the day was off. I made French toast and so I made French toast. I was expecting to see my mother later. So the kids and I played with all the gifts and things that we had at the house. And then Robin showed up at 2. And then I had to go out to get for low and orange juice and milk and things like that. So I went to Shaw's, and then I went to then I got off a bit late to go see my mother. And then we went to, also to CDS, and then I came back, and that was pretty much the whole day.
Okay.
Before that, I listened to your interview. That Schmidt, and you said that, I think you said at the beginning that when you were about 6 when she was leaving.
She kisses me with black and white. Yeah.
So you did wake up and you did.
I knew, yeah. I mean, I didn't get out of bed or anything. She just said bye, and I went back to sleep.
Okay, nothing with a conversation.
That's pretty much what I had to go. We've gotten into a routine. I used to get up with her, and then I would be too blown up for the kids. So.
Okay, and then but your son also saw kind of before you left.
Yeah, when I came down, I said, "Sorry, Mom, I had to go early," and he said, "I got to find it."
This is like he's got about 7 years old.
Yeah, I think I'm at 7. He was on the couch playing with his iPad.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's
Sorry.
yeah.
To clear that because it wasn't kind of completely.
No, I understand nothing's clear anymore.
Can you tell me what she was wearing? Like when she left, if you remember?
I'm sorry. I really she had a dress on here with her underwear. I guess her stuff is down here. Sometimes she keeps it under her arm. So sometimes, because she's getting herself ready in her underwear normally. So but I know she always got a black dress normally or something on. That's her standby, or she has one of the flowery dresses. But I don't know what she was wearing that day. I do know that she wore. She had to have worn her short black coat because I was listening. She wore her hunters, which is odd. Normally she wears fancy shoes to leave.
And what color are the boots again?
They're blue gray or something like that.
And the pocketbook stuff like that.
Yeah, she had a Louis Vuitton bag,
Yeah.
and then she had her black bag. I think with Prada one, but she has like 5 or 6 Prada bags.
You're confident that she took that with her, like that hasn't turned up in the
No,
house here?
the only thing that turned up was when you were here last night with Tiffany sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, she did not take that.
And were you able to track down where she left those, or where
Where she left her sunglasses?
Thomas had found them, right? No, William.
Ryan had got. Ryan was playing with them. Maybe Thomas found them. I think they were right there because they go in there and start like taking stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry if I sidetracked.
No.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
You know, no, it's totally is not a normal thing at all. And the reason why I didn't call sooner, but one was that when she leaves, if she was coming here and she was 5 minutes late, I would freak out. And the week before, she was late for Christmas because she, as I said, she worked late for December 24th.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Are you coming? You're missing." I emailed her and I called people and she's like, "Hey, I missed the flight. It was canceled. I'm driving up." So I didn't have the phone and she wasn't coming, so I held off. And then I should have called work on Tuesday, not Wednesday. I don't know.
Go ahead. Sorry. So going back to Sunday, you didn't have your phone for the duration of Sunday, is that correct?
I didn't have the phone was with I think it was dead the whole time.
Okay.
Because Thomas found it. Robin took his name he just met was up there, and then Thomas, I guess they went in the garbage to look for it because I guess Big Brian thrown on his phone away a while ago in the garbage. So they were out in the garbage, and then they came back, and Thomas went upstairs to play with Williams, and they brought the phone down. And I think Robin was there, so. And then he got it from my mother, so. And that's when I called, when I got my phone back, called me, and that's when things, I got, normally now, you can call, it's been a while, you get some rest, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
So I didn't give you the exact what was going on with the emergency. Normally, she updates me. She's had several emergencies with the FBI, storm crossing at one point, that was her building. Huge leaks in Mazda or TJ Maxx. Was with a leave and a disgruntled resident that she was dealing. So anytime she had one of these big, like she debriefs me on it pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. So then, when was it that you got your phone back?
I called one at like 2:30 or 3:30 on Monday.
Okay.
So it was a Monday.
You said 2:30 to 3:30?
So yeah, I think it's 2:33 because at the moment I got it, I called.
2:33.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, going back to the morning of the first, so you do French toast, you run some errands, OJ and milk.
Yeah, that was later. That was later in the afternoon. And during the morning, it was French toast, and then we played with a bunch of toys from Christmas. They were going to watch a movie, things like that. So,
Okay. So then, you went to see your mother?
yeah, after so up around the 4.
Did you take the boys and go?
No. They stayed with Robin.
They stayed with
Yeah,
Robin.
they stayed with Robin. But I was considering if Ivana was here, they were all gone, and I was gone, and some of the things changed, switched up. But we had Robin scheduled for.
Okay. So, what vehicle did you drive up?
Did I drive up?
Yep.
No, I was
Where's that now, if you don't mind me asking?
It's so a bunch of people have come to visit and support, so I couldn't get in, so I parked right out there. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
And then, so, the pickup truck, who's that then?
That belongs to Robin.
Okay. And then, so,
That belongs to my mother.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we have other cars in here, and then the press stuff.
Okay, very good. So how long were you visiting with your mom?
A few hours.
And, what, is she, it's the Swampscott?
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me, address?
330 Paradise Road. Well, I'm doing something.
Okay.
So, it sounds like Ana had a really stressful job.
That's true. Some people call me.
Yeah, I bet. Sounds like Ana had a really stressful job.
So, just to be clear, her experience was that she was over her head. As I said, it was huge. It was a job of her dreams, and she got like 2 or 3 times the money that she could make it before.
Yeah.
And she was worried to a certain extent that she was over her head, and she kept talking about that. And then being away from the family was very difficult too.
Yeah, that's a lot. And what did she do prior to this job?
She worked for Jen, who was here on New Year's Eve.
But what did she do?
Yeah, she was his. He runs a real estate company,
Yeah.
and she was the operations officer.
So it's just a similar job, just larger scale, more money.
Yeah, I mean, like way. I mean, it's a way larger scale. It's
Yeah.
like multi-billion-dollar company, and you know, it was a lot. I mean, it was overwhelming. It was unbelievably overwhelming.
I know that in the previous conversation we had with Professor Schmidt last night, you mentioned that, you know, the distance, the issues that you were having on your
Yeah.
this job, you caused some depression.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to ask, you know, pointed question there. Has she ever talked about suicide?
Never, no. She never ever said that. She talked to Jen for an hour and a half. I know you spoke with her about how the year has been, and how she was really unhappy about the trial and things taking, or the court case taking longer, and us not being able to be together. And she kept saying to come back, and she's like, well, I can only have 100,000, smaller job. And I was like, no, we've made these huge sacrifices for you to be there at the townhouse. We'll stick it out. She was going to see a psychiatrist before she actually brought that up. But I spoke to Jim about it today. He spoke to me time today, and he basically said, hey, it's fine. It doesn't mean there was any problem. She had a problem, and she should do it in a healthy way. So that was his experience.
Okay. So no past thoughts of it, no past attempts of it.
No
Nothing like that.
No.
Is the marriage okay? Have you guys talked about separating or?
No, not at all. I mean, we've been separate, so it's been sad for us. We love spending time together, and think about when kids grow up, much more time we have together. So, during the pandemic, with all the family time, that's for us. It just wasn't like that. We really enjoyed each other's company. So, our friend, my mother was like, what do you think about Ana? And we're good with the friends. It looks like they would enjoy each other's company. I keep bringing that up to her all the time, but that wasn't, that was the problem. Also, I mean, it's just the idea of separation for her comes from like a family that, her mother was following for 47 years. And for me, coming from a divorce family, not enjoying that was like that. It just really wasn't. I mean, I don't think so. At least for me, that was my experience. And maybe she wasn't telling me something as well as that possible. But for me, I just couldn't imagine it.
You mentioned that in the past, you lived together in D.C., right?
We lived together, for a year.
And then there was some problems, like you said, I think 2013, and you came here.
Yeah, I came back to Boston. I was like, DC's not working. And then she, a few months later, she basically said, okay, she came to Boston.
So that was just in like D.C.?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I guess, no, that's not a fair statement. But I didn't like DC, just, it was, maybe I wasn't ready for such a serious relationship time, and I was uncomfortable in a new town. So obviously there was more layers to it. And I wasn't used to what a relationship meant. And I was just a solo operator, and now it wasn't, and that was difficult for me. I struggled with that. So I think that was it. And then Ana realized that she wanted to be with me, and then instead of being in Boston, it was fine. So, and then things worked
Ms.
out
Gilman, could you
well.
pause, please? And for the record, Your Honor, this has been paused at 14 minutes and 33 seconds on the media player.
All right, great. Jurors, we're going to take our lunch break, and we'll be back at 2 o'clock. Thank you very much.
All right, please. Close the notebooks.
Yes, thank you.
Your Honor, before the jurors come in, could I ask? We have created a blank calendar for the jurors and for everyone. I believe it was a motion to eliminate and it was unopposed. Could I mark one for ID and then pass them out, have the court officers pass them out to the jurors?
I'm trying to All right.
All rise for the court, please. Jurors entering. Court is back in session. You may be seated.
You have the witness back on the stand?
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth would recall Harris and Schmidt.
Want those in now, Your Honor, or you want to wait?
Oh, we'll wait till he gets back on the stand.
Your Honor, may we continue with Exhibit 54? I believe we left off at 14 minutes and 33 seconds on the media player.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Gilman?
And I was having an anyway at that point, but that was, I mean, we grew up.
And I don't ask this to upset anybody. Is there any
No, not at all. Certainly not with me, and not that I have any information of Anna's. Like everyone was calling me, so maybe how to work all this. It was the same story that I had. It's the same story Alyssa and Adela and Wolf Baskin with Amy is that she works all the time and she flies home to see you guys and she comes back and she's constantly working. And, she said that she would like eat in bed and pass out a lot. So that was everyone else's experience. So yeah, I would be surprised that when we were younger, we were seeing when we were first dating, we were seeing other people. But that was 12 years ago, more.
So in your experience, you had no suspicions that she was seeing someone else doing something like that? No
No.
indication that was going on?
No, not at all. I mean, obviously, we were apart, but we spoke a lot. That's why, people were like, don't worry if you haven't spoken to it. But we spoke all the time. We spoke in the morning and in the evening. So. And everyone, sort of rings, talk about her husband and her kids. I mean, that seems weird, but having an affair.
She has close friends here. I know she spent a lot of time in DC, and when she came here, she was talking to you, family most of the time.
Yeah.
Did she have someone that she would spend time with here, like a girlfriend? Or...
Yes. So there's Rima, a very good friend of hers. Ferreira, she is the head of HR for the Park Plaza Hotel.
How do you spell Rima?
I know I spell the first name, not the last name. Rayma, or Rayma, so it's Rayma. And then Ferrer, which I'm not as familiar with. Ferrer. Ferrer.
All right, Rima.
And you said head of Park Plaza?
Yes.
And anyone else?
Yeah, so Rima was so when she was here, she spent most of her time with us. I'm trying to think who else there were, people that she would lead. Rima was the biggest. Jan, obviously. So I'm trying to think.
Sorry, this is not here.
I'm not distracted. Rima, Jan. Well, Peter Curry was here.
Peter came by?
Yeah, Peter came. He didn't. I was like, I'm fine. He showed up anyways. It was like, you need support. So that's Alice's brother. He lives in Marshfield, so we're pretty close with them.
So you know Peter and...
Peter and Ana went to, they had a leadership training together.
Okay. Was Jim part of that as well?
Jim was part of my leadership training. So that's how a lot of us know each other through this.
Okay. So Peter Kirby and leadership training.
Yeah, and she was what we call, her group was B2 and my group was B3. We raised over $200,000 in the pandemic for the
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's part of part of the leadership training is the community service projects.
Okay.
Something Jim and I can do as well. So.
What do you think?
What do you think about that? First, it's been like I feel like it's a bad dream. I'm not going to wake up, and it's going to be all over. I'm having a hard time like sleeping or thinking, and then the fact that my mother investigated to DC was now they don't believe she went back to DC. And Jen and Della, like, where else did she go to? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, like if you said she went to New York or Mars, anyone would be possible because I have no idea where else she would go. And I talked to Candace today, who's a friend of ours, and I said she's not someone that would ever pay one like that. That she would just like go and not say anything to anyone or take a large sum of money from one of the accounts and just leave you. But she wouldn't leave us or the kids. I mean, it's not possible.
What do you think to do for bank? I know she's got the JetBlue card.
Yeah, so I everything's in her name the way I set it up. Like my grandfather's taught me, make sure your life is always taken care of. And with my legal problems, it's been difficult. And also, she always pays things on time, and I do not. So
It's like bank institution stuff like
yeah,
that.
so she's got Liberty Bank. She's got one Marvel's at a brand bank. And then she's Apple Credit Union in Virginia, which she's had for probably 10 years, 15 years. Yeah. So all the money goes there, and then we've got the Chase cards, we have the Fidelity, which something happened with the Fidelity card, which was in Belgrade, so that hasn't been used really.
Is that like canceled?
It was. I think we haven't used that one. And then the JetBlue, which is the only one that I don't do. I don't do the bank accounts, I don't do those, but I also do all the investment accounts and all of the
Obviously, we want to contact the banking institutions.
Yeah.
We have plenty of activities going on.
Sure. I would.
Have you been monitoring this?
I'm monitoring the Chase. The Fidelity, nothing's been going on, but the Chase, I use the Freedom card, and I think she used the Freedom card in Belgrade, but it doesn't have foreign transaction fees, so I was like, so I called her to go use the card there. So then she switched to the other Chase, and then she got the JetBlue because she's like, hey, I want these 80,000 at once. So that was the last sort of credit card conversation we had 6 weeks ago.
Okay. When's the last time you checked the activity on these credit accounts?
I had to check today because the Freedom we use for a company I work with, Prosecutors, which is a sports card or a memorabilia company. So they buy from their the vendor. We put it on the credit card, and then they pay us for that. So that's one of the. So I'm always checking that card.
Okay. Any special activity on that?
No,
Any transactions?
there's nothing I don't recognize. No.
Okay. As far as travel, has Anna done any domestic travel in the United States in the past year or two, like anywhere?
It's been DC to Boston, and then I think she went to Chicago or New York. She went to Chicago to meet some of the head brands that just inspired. They went to Belgrade, and that was it. No, she was complaining about travel, so it's not a problem. So we were looking to do something at some point.
So Chicago for work?
Yeah.
What was the destination that you really wanted to go to?
Oh, Japan. She kept saying, "Why don't you take her to Japan?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely."
It was on my list.
I got a lot of business there as well. I said, it's good. She loves the Japanese food, so.
Going back to her phone, you guys have a family plan, or you had?
Okay, so we have a family plan. When she got the job at Tishman Spire, she was like, trying to decide what to do. She's 11th She wanted to take her phone over, so she ported it over, and then she left the family thing that we had.
So you have no access to like her
No.
records?
No, but Titian's file was, right? So,
Yeah, well, that's.
you know, I thought you had the phone.
We've been talking with them, but they're a big company, so getting information from their.
Oh, really?
So, yeah,
Oh, I thought they were just transferred right over.
they always have corporate attorneys.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, so if she was on the family, I mean, I'm so upset. If she was on the family plan, I could like just like hand it right over to the guy right now. Yeah, all the phones, mother of my uncle, her brother, me, and on and on, so.
Okay.
I was married to her.
She was, yes.
Any, what's the relationship like with her?
But they don't talk anymore.
How long ago was that marriage?
I guess she got, she must have gotten divorced in 2012. And it was only like the last 2 years or so.
So they don't have genealogy or?
I keep asking, because, Martha, like, he won't talk to them. They were talking a little bit, but once we started having kids, that was it.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, you said you keep asking. What?
I said, if you want to talk to Mark, it's been a long time, you know, we had a good relationship. I mean, you know, it wasn't a bad person, just didn't know about, so. But she said that every time she's reached out to him, he hasn't got back in touch with her. But he was, that's worded that.
What's his name?
Mark Knipp.
Mark.
Yeah, it's spelled Knipp, K-N-I-P-P. One of the chase cards, is under, for, yeah, really.
Okay.
We don't use that one, that's the first one she got with him, but then she had to change her name from, so it's on the card.
It's still an active card.
It's an active card, but, we haven't used it, there's $229 credit on it, and it hasn't been going used it for the last 6 or 7 months, so.
He knows entirely a large amount of cash for her.
So we've discussed this occasionally, but I mean, there's been times she only had $50 with her, like, she actually had $10,000 when she came back from Belgrade, she brought it for, a lawyer who's, Serbian, who lives in, what there, lives in, I'm sorry, it's quite a while, near Boston, Windsor. So there's a Windsor, so we took it over. So that would be a lot of money for her, but she has had, $2,000 to $5,000 at times. But her personal use? No, she just, like, cared if we had cash from Fresh Bowls, or if, there was, some money I could give to her, but then she would forget, so that there were times where she'd be carrying a lot of cash. But I don't know if she had a lot of cash on her this time, though. I don't go for the moment, so. But there are times where I said to me, and she's only at $50. But it always dresses my feet not gonna have that.
There was no financial, nothing like that.
No, actually, we're doing better than ever right now. We're facing restitution charges, but, with the new job and, when real estate has worked out, we're really in good shape.
Did you guys have any arguments or anything, or New Year's Eve?
No.
New Year's Day before you left?
No, it wasn't enough time on New Year's Day to have an argument, but, New Year's Eve, everything was fine. We were excited, what she wrote, Peter saw what she wrote, so like, it was very positive, and Jen was here, and there was, it was kind of like 2022 was a hard year, but 2023 is going to be the best ever. And she was like, and it's just not,
You guys had arguments, major arguments in the past, anything like that?
So the biggest, yes, I mean, integrity, so we have arguments, but we're very aligned with almost everything that we do. We really have a lot of the same tastes, and ultimately we defer to each other with what the other person is good at. But the biggest argument we had in 2022 was when she had to go to Belgrade for 2 weeks, and that was the 2 weeks of vacation. And I was like, I don't think you can use here boys for 2 weeks. So I have to go to Belgrade. So Yeah, that was our biggest argument. And I couldn't get in touch with her. My mother wanted me. I couldn't get in touch with her for the first few days in Belgrade because the phone didn't have international. So I was upset about that. So that was the only other time this year that didn't have, contact with her daily.
So you normally have daily contact with them?
Yeah, more than once.
What's the longest you've gone with no contact?
The 3 days in Belgrade, and there was the last week of December, there was some points in December where there was like 24-hour gaps, which was really not normal. And then when she was supposed to be here and she wasn't, and I was like, I'm going to find some person before you're missing, where are you? But like 24 hours, 36 hours would be a lot of time. Oh, but I was making a big deal out of it over the last couple of months, and everyone told me to relax about it, and then I did. So I feel pretty good.
When you guys did communicate, what was the conversation like?
Well,
Just anytime, like, once when she's been traveling, to work.
I mean, well, yeah, it's been like, she always says, hey, hello, and this is what I'm doing today. I said, oh, the boys are up. Sometimes I would just send photos of kids. She would send me photos of what she's doing. We'd have a recap. Anyway, at night I was like, oh, I'm tired. The kids are driving crazy. She's like, oh, there's no food today. I go cooking normally. So I said, I'm going to go to Cabo to get something to eat. And, this is the recap. Because normal as if we were together. Yeah, as if we were together without being in person. But there were some nights that I remember December, like 23rd, 4th, 2nd, 1st. We didn't have those calls because I think I'd been sick and she was tired, so we went to bed. And the kids sometimes like go to bed, like, if you guys not coming, I told you to go to bed. I didn't sleep well last night, so we try to get some sleep tonight. So it's not uncommon for us to do very early.
Is there any mental health issues at all with Ana? Did she have anything, any indicators to you that something is amiss there, or a diagnosis?
No, and not for me. My mother might have a different opinion, certainly, but yeah, she's like that. Well, I guess I'm not. Yeah, probably pussy. No, it's a pushy. Yeah, not a mental. Yeah, sorry. No, I think probably. I really couldn't think of anything. I mean, she never, thought about psychiatry or even discussed it until recently.
Has she ever been violent or anything like that?
No.
Have you guys ever had a physical confrontation?
No. None of that stuff.
It's for us coming in here. It's tough because we want to find out as quickly as possible. We don't know her. And, there's many common reasons why people go missing. We're trying to get the answer to those questions.
Well, please feel free to ask any questions that you have. Don't worry about leaving the thing. I understand that you're here to find out and you're working for her.
Well, all right. I mean, one of the reasons someone goes missing is because they were abused or injured or assaulted. Did you do anything to hurt your wife?
No, that's it. I wouldn't hurt my wife. I mean, I love my wife. All we want is to have a dog. Sandy doesn't work without her. I mean, we can't function without her.
You guys have never had a physical fight, nothing like that before?
No, not at all.
I mean, so there's no mental health, there's no financial problems, no extramarital affairs, no physical abuse. The only stress I'm hearing right now is the work,
Being separated.
separation, depression from the combination of those two.
Yeah. Also, her mother being she had a major neurological event last year, and that's why she had to go to Belgrade. So we got pressure from that. But my mother has had some health problems. So, and then the kids, it all adds up. I mean, I want you to know, up until I'm looking at it now, it's nothing compared to this. But it seemed like a lot a week ago. being apart, the mother's not doing well, the legal problems, the kids growing and you're worried about them. All of those things seem like a lot.
So you were different.
I think we've discussed them. I was like overwhelmed by the 3 children, and she was missing. So it was a really bad situation. We discussed splitting them up. Like Tom would go with her, and then he wants to split us. Why did they want my kids? And I was like, how's that going to be for your job? I mean, we did not have a good solution. I mean, up until it felt untenable until right now. Go back to them, and it's a very easy thing to work out. Because I said, my partner, we did a lot to work it out.
Where would you go look for it, Brandon? If you could go anywhere right now, where do you go to look for it? You have a favorite place? You have,
we just got gathered everyone. We were dressing like we would go to the hotels and the hospitals. Had a favorite restaurant in DC, which is near the house. Yeah, there were investigators waiting there all day. People were talking like that, maybe we should go there, but I don't know. Ana was not someone who would just want to go out and she was adventurous, but not that adventurous. And she had a layover in she was in Frankfurt, I think, and I told her that her flight was delayed. So I said, go into town. I don't know. So that's something we'd want to do by herself. Albeit she always wanted to do with me, or at least someone else. I like to think it would do with me, but obviously, but it wouldn't be something. She would just go off on her own, like my father would be traveling by himself and seeing what he and things like that. So that was not my experience of Ana.
and this tough week last week, you don't think it rises to the level of wanting to hurt herself or anything like that?
I just can't. I personally can't imagine that. But she did. I remember I talked to Alyssa about it today. Where she was a friend of Carrie Westbrook, and I guess she was going to go see her. They've been good. They came up with Washington together. I don't know what happened. She was trying to get there, but SIM card broke, and she was exhausted, not feeling well. I saw her. She was on FaceTime with Brian because the SIM card was broken. And I was like, I guess Mary was waiting on some stuff, and she's like, hey, you're breaking up, doing very well. It's the first time she's ever said that. I say that all the time, I'm not doing well, but it's the first time she ever said that to me. So that was new. And Jen said that she seemed different, but I mean, the extent that you're talking about, this extent is, this is just unbelievable.
Was that before or after Christmas?
Before Christmas. No, SIM card went down after Christmas because she got in touch with me very quickly, so it wouldn't leak out.
Well, I know you said you're willing to, do whatever you can to help the investigation. We thank you for that. And, part of that, I think, is trying to understand Ana. And I think if you would allow us to look through your phone and send to us downloading your phone and seeing some of the communications between you and her and her tone. And you said in the interview that she said that she may have used your phone occasionally to receive stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'll help us really create a permanent timeline of the events of the 1st and the 31st and 1st, and maybe get a better insight into Ana. Is that something you'd be okay with?
Just to be clear, you want to download everything?
We will download, the extraction will download all the contents to your phone, yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
What we're focusing on is what we're interested in, the SSLs, and we're interested in looking in and finding information specifically in there that would help us do that. The Ana-specific content.
That's a huge amount of information, gentlemen.
It's a big ask, but there's a lot on the line.
No, there is a lot.
You know what I mean?
What's your concern?
I don't
Are
know.
there other legal issues?
That's one of them. I guess my request would be I'm willing to do anything, but And my only request would be like, because Tracy might have called me today about what's going on, and
Who's that?
Tracy might have representing me.
Okay.
So she said, before you do anything like this, you have to talk to me. I want to do everything I can to support this 100%, but I gotta call her about it.
She said before you do anything, like turn over the phone or anything.
No, like before you do anything else. I mean, she always wants to be here to talk to her. And I said, well, I'm going to talk to them and give them money they want. But I have to ask her quickly about that. I'm sure it'll be fine. Or she might say, hey, can we just do the information that you're asking for?
Well, that's all we would be interested in. We'd be interested in different people on there and dates. The 31st and the 1st for presidents that are interested in your other tasks.
No, I understand.
And, that instead of believing that you're represented by counsel in that matter, I don't, I'm not legal, despite being a police officer, I'm not a legal expert, but talking to your attorney, I believe that require a search warrant for that stuff to be used against you, and that's not what they're looking to even.
How long would it take for you to download it?
It would take, once we hook it up to the machine, which is in Canton, it would take, depending on how many gigabytes it is,
Yeah,
then, I don't know, it could be 30 minutes, 32 hours.
okay, so now
An hour to download. Yeah. I think it would be useful to our investigation.
Okay.
Helpful and-
All right, well, I want you to know that I'm absolutely, that is my intention.
Sure.
And my only request is to talk to Tracy and let her know that that's what I want to do. And at least let her give me what my exposure would be in life.
Just so you're aware, then it doesn't matter. You don't have a client, we're not investigating. This is a missing person.
No,
This
I
is
understand.
We're here at a community caretaking function.
No,
Just so we're abundantly clear.
I'm fully aware of that, and I appreciate it, and I want you to know I'm not going to. I'll be very quick with it. And if Tracy and I were talking in the morning, then we'll review the process. I'll just give you the phone, or I'll come to Canton, or I have to be away from. I do a lot of work on the phone as well as the.
We can come get it, and we can actually potentially do it here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We have a portable device.
Okay.
Bring it here, do a download. The guy who works in my office that does it efficiently. We can send him over.
Okay, great. So, you guys, the gentleman, I don't want to request to give me a moment to talk to Tracy about it.
No one's taking your phone from you,
No,
sir.
no. I don't know, but I don't. I'm only interested in finding out, and I don't care what it takes. But I just have to make sure that that I listen to all the advice I have come my way, which is a lot. I do apologize, but I most likely will be able to do that, and I'll be able to do it tomorrow. And that is my intention and my belief.
Is there any, what possessions do we know that Ana had on her first? What's in her wallet?
Yeah.
We know she had a wallet, she didn't bring her sunglasses.
She has a ring and her wedding ring, which is diamonds. Okay. So she's got the engagement ring, the wedding band, and then she has, I think she bought some, she had a ring and a necklace that matched that she bought in Serbia. Then she had her luggage, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and she had a Prada bag, or usually a Prada bag. And then, what else did she have? She was a Rolex or Hermes watch. And,
Rolex or what?
Hermes. Hermes. H-E-R-M-E-S. Watch. She would have, she had some well-done nails.
She was just wearing all this. What she liked?
Yeah, I think she had the Rolex was the Hermes, but it was the Hermes watch she had.
That she read.
Yeah.
It's not getting out.
Yeah, so everything's at Washington D.C.
What's
All of our stuff is in Washington D.C. Like 2% of the stuff.
But this stuff here came with it.
Yeah, it's all this came with it.
You said a short black jacket, is that right?
Yeah.
Like you don't know what kind of pants or shoes wear.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And 100 boots is weird. Normally she wears those are very like leather boots, like rubber boots or something she wears. So, so that was weird. But there is another one. Who was there?
Does she leave any belongings here, like for tribute?
Yeah, she's got a couple things in the up in the bathroom that's mixed with all of our stuff, and then she has her pajamas and his underwear and different clothing. She's got a drawer over at. Remember I took you upstairs and there was Brian's thing? Yep. Yeah. One of the drawers there is all her clothing.
Okay.
But so she has enough clothing to last for a day or two, and then she has and then she brings some stuff. So.
Okay.
You had
Conversations with Thomas about what exactly you saw that doing?
It did. It's all, it was 6-year-old girls.
What do you got, buddy?
Did you make some? Oh, did you just make some art? Oh, that's so nice.
What do we have?
You want to explain it? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, that was not like this. Not bad for some. Better than I could do. Oh, there's other head. But the gist was that, and Thomas, when there's action, he loves it. So his mother came down and then said, I gotta go. And then one of the things, I love you, I love my sister. And then she left. And first he said she went to a taxi. And then I said, was the car up here? And he said, no, it was all the way down there. So I said, you didn't see the car. He said, no. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, well, yeah.
It's pretty much what I want to ask him. It's,
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we get the same answer.
Yeah, of course. So,
It's all vehicle that she got into the obviously helpful. Doesn't sound like he did, but we'll ask him again.
yeah, and he kept saying it was a taxi, and I was like,
But
but I just
I know you mentioned. What I can't remember. Did she normally take Uber or Lyft?
Normally it's Uber, but she has Lyft as well. I know that.
Have you guys ever called like the local taxi company before?
I have. I called John's Taxi or something several times. I forget what it was, but I pull it up and I would call and go across. I would call in the mornings. I just book here on time. It's very hard to get into like 5 in the morning.
Right.
How did you normally get to Lyft?
Yeah, but Uber. Yeah. Did you guys get in touch with Uber?
That is one of the people that are getting back.
Wow. There's a we've called as well, and they not. But I said it's they say I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Right.
But that's like Jim at Bella, like we just have to find out what the Uber took, and I was like, that would be helpful, yeah.
And that was under her name, like
Absolutely, yeah.
open our business account or anything like
No,
that.
all of the apps and stuff are under
It would be under like her
Tissue Spy?
or Nip.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Something like that.
No, the last thing Nick was that credit card.
It's a pain to change names over in all your accounts. Sometimes you just leave it alone. You know?
Yeah, well, see, when we met, she moved to Europe, and then when we got married, she moved to Schmidt and Walshe. But I don't think there's anything left really to fix, but maybe in Belgrade there is. But and she doesn't have any Serbian passport.
Okay.
Just Serbian.
She does,
She has US also.
yes, yes.
Where does she keep the Serbian passport? Where does she carry it around with her?
Yeah, she does. No one's has a U.S. passport with her. She carries like the Serbian passport. She wouldn't carry it because it's not useful. They won't here in the United States.
Right.
I'm just gonna sneak in there. If they're asking Tom questions, I don't wanna ask them the same
Oh,
questions,
yeah.
I just wanna see if they're asking them.
What's he working on? Brian here.
We have to ask
Can
him.
you decipher for me?
No.
I don't have kids, so I can't translate the drawings.
Well, he's doing some math for us,
Yeah.
and he's got the happy face and the heart. But then he's got his spooky movie stuff over there. And the colorful heart is new to me. Actually, no, it's not true. He enjoys that. He was doing a colorful rainbow before, but now he's doing a colorful heart. So the kids have no idea what's going on over there. Having a grand old time with the hearts. They're so used to the last 6 to 9 birds, and then both of them long accounts of girls.
Yes.
She's like, hey, I'll talk to you later. Okay, see you soon. Bring chocolate.
What's your schedule like tomorrow?
Pretty good. What would you request?
Well, we would like to, talk to the kids, but we have, trained professional who just interviews kids, it's not a police officer. It's
Uh-huh.
like a civilian that works with the DA's office, and it's not at a police station, it's actually at a very nice house in, Foxborough, near Gillette Stadium.
It's not too far from here, right?
Well, it's probably 45 minutes. So it's actually right behind Gillette Stadium on, north, yes, that's it, right. But it's right behind it, like, generally. And, it's a good setup, it's actually like just a couple of couches and chairs and, toys.
You want to talk to the Brian anyway?
Just bring the kids, well, to the 2-year-old is, the 3-year-old, right? Yeah, she's not speaking, I'm guessing much.
Some words, but William doesn't speak that. I mean, he speaks a little bit. I mean, he's like, I forget about the phone, so.
I think you could bring all the kids if you want toys for them to play with.
Mhm.
We'll see if, we're just gonna have the, person ask them questions about mom, and, last time, recent conversations they can have with her, that's pretty much it.
That's fine.
And, it's really kind of nice, casual, comfortable setting for children. It's specifically designed for that. We actually use it for like children who are victims and stuff like that. It's really easy going, and you'll see, and you'll have to sit down before anyone talks to anyone. But if you can get, I think we can get the kids in tomorrow.
What time?
I don't know what time yet,
Okay.
but we can call you in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta just, we normally I take him to school, so, I'd certainly be willing to organize that, and I'll talk to Tracy about the phone, maybe we could do all of it tomorrow.
That's actually, that one's a good, that would be convenient. We could just,
Well, I mean, we don't have extra time, I'm emergency, so.
yeah, so, yeah, I mean, what time is your work, 7 in the morning, is that?
Unfortunately.
That's what time I almost gets up to.
Yeah, no, right, how old are your children?
1.5 and 4.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, the 4-year-old is starting to maybe talking feedback, right?
Oh, yeah, he's fresh. Let me see if I can get the time here.
Yeah, it's usually a really nice woman does the questions. Just a conversation.
It's fun. If anything that you feel is going to help, I'm willing to do. That's what you need to know.
We're trying every avenue here. You know what
I
mean?
appreciate that. Yeah. I mean,
Usually, we just need one little bit and we can
all right. Brilliant.
typically something will jump out. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I love that. Well, Tom's gonna have the time of his life.
This is one of the problems.
Yeah.
I guess there's no one scheduled to be in there tomorrow, or as far as like children being interviewed, so it's probably wide open.
Okay.
Just gotta see what time you got a counselor available to be there. I'm guessing they're probably pretty flexible, but like you said, rather get it done. Time is of the essence.
Well, I mean, waiting till
done.
waiting till Monday makes no sense. This point, we have no time.
So we can talk in the morning. I'll try to get you like a tentative time. Well, we can just plan on it. I mean, we can. I don't know if we would like 10 o'clock work.
So Janet, these are not, right?
You have plenty of time to fill it out.
Okay.
Plenty of time.
Oh, hi, William. Oh, yeah. Is it hello?
Hey, buddy.
Let's say hello? Yeah. Your iPad? Yeah, I'm gonna help you find it, okay? Okay. The terrible mistake of giving the iPad to the young age of now, that's ruined everyone's life. Remember when they didn't have electronics in bed when we were younger?
Well, my boss and Canada is going to give me a time shortly, so before we leave, when they wrap up and now, we can set something up.
Any other?
Trying to think anything else on that before we terminate that for the recording.
I'm trying to think. Is there any part of the house that we didn't consider looking at, or did she leave anything behind? Like any?
No, but if you guys want to take another look, I mean, certainly we can do that.
Okay.
If that's supportive, I know you got to look into that.
Right.
But your job, I'm not. It's neutral, so don't worry.
We have a new set of eyes, so I need to just check.
Okay, yeah, hang on. I love that. Yeah.
Is there an attic?
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't hit the attic.
No,
That's
no,
right.
right.
So we definitely want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. It's not one that you can like walk around.
Right.
We tried that, and I broke the ceiling. I fixed it. Yeah.
10 o'clock, anytime Kristen is in there, the council that we have tomorrow, I guess anytime works. So 10 o'clock sounds okay to you, 10:30 or?
How long is the session? Because that's an hour distinction. Yeah, it is.
I mean, they can go a long time, but
Like an hour?
those are, the long ones are when we're actually have like a specific incident or a crime to actually dive into. In this instance, it's gonna be like, more of just like a conversation, how the mom, their sense of how mom is and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be good. I guess my answer is I don't think it's gonna be terribly long.
Well, do you think it'll be more or less than an hour?
For both of them, I would say an hour.
Okay, so it's an hour.
Did you have to get back or something?
I'm just trying to figure out timing. I think 10 would probably work out just fine. So.
Okay, so let's plan on 10 o'clock and get it before we leave. We'll plan out for 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you don't mind if we just take?
No, I have to pay him before. Oh, yeah. No problem.
Yeah, do you want me to, I'll knock this up.
Yeah.
All right, it is, 2053, Thursday, January 5, 2023, turnout report.
Sergeant, I'd like to ask some questions about January 5. After that, well, actually, there's people talking in the room. Who are they?
The people talking on that table?
No, there's conversations going on behind you, it sounds like. What's going on there?
Detective Lieutenant Lopes and Sergeant Buchanan are interviewing the defendant's mother, Ana Walshe.
And after the interview, did you have the opportunity to walk around the residence again?
Yes.
What did you see in the attic?
I went in the attic. The attic's unfinished. There's insulation and exposed floor joists.
But nothing else in there.
Correct.
Did you go back down the basement?
Yes.
What did you see in the basement?
If you go down the steps, to the right is utilities. If you go left, there's like a refrigerator. There's some storage boxes, some trash bags, some cleaning equipment.
Did you do anything with the trash bags?
I kind of manipulated the bag from the outside.
And what did you notice?
I felt like there was a carpet sample or a piece of a rug inside of one.
Did you open the bags?
I did not.
Did you have the opportunity to go outside again?
Yes.
What did you do outside?
We checked the shed, the backyard, walked around the property again.
And did you do anything with the pool?
We shined our flashlights into the pool again, but it was looked at with the floodlights the night prior.
Now, what about vehicles that night? Did you look at any vehicles?
We looked at the Volvo again.
And what did you do to look at the Volvo?
We went through it more thoroughly.
And did anyone give you permission?
Yes.
Who?
The defendant.
And what did you find in the Volvo?
In the Volvo was a receipt and a cell phone.
And did you ask the defendant about the cell phone?
Yes.
And what did he say about the cell phone?
It was the eldest son's cell phone.
And the receipt, where was the receipt from?
Lowe's.
Was there a date on it?
January 4th.
And do you know which Lowe's?
Weymouth Lowe's.
Now, on January 5th, besides this interview that's recorded, did you have any other conversations with Mr. Walsh?
Yes, we spoke on the phone a few times earlier that day.
Well, let me ask you, when was the first time you spoke to him that day?
Just before 9 a.m. on that Thursday.
And do you remember the substance of that conversation?
I just let him know that we were working on the investigation and we would be in touch.
And when was the next time you spoke to him?
About 3:45 p.m.
And what did you talk about in that conversation?
I had called him and left a message. He called right back, and he asked about media and a PR person. And I had asked about if Ana carried large sums of cash on her. And he said sometimes yes, sometimes no.
What did he ask about a PR person?
He asked if he should get a PR person or talk to the media.
What did you say?
I said that he's free to talk to the media, although I don't recommend it.
Now, how long were you at the Walsh residence that night with the state police?
About 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
And what did you do after you left the Walsh residence?
We all went back to the Cohasset police station.
What did you do at the Cohasset police station?
We began digging into the financial institutions, but given the hour, they were closed and it was tough to get a hold of any record keepers.
So I take it now we're getting into January 6th.
Yes.
What did you do on January 6th as far as this investigation?
A large-scale search ensued. We brought in command posts and we established a staging area.
Who brought in command posts?
The Metrolec command post was present and the Mass State Police command post.
Where were they set up?
Behind Stop and Shop at 400 Chief Justice Cushing Highway.
And how was the large-scale search done of the area?
There were canines. There was the Metro search and rescue team and the State Police CERT team conducting an area search of that wooded area.
Now, was anything recovered in that search?
No.
Sir, what was done to try and find surveillance video in that area?
Neighborhood canvasses were conducted.
And how'd you do that?
We requested assistance from neighboring agencies, their detectives, to come in. We'd pair a detective with a trooper, and they go around checking residents and businesses for any sort of security footage.
What was done as far as press conferences on the 6th?
My Chief Quigley, gave a press conference on that Friday.
Now, did you have the opportunity to speak to any people as far as witnesses on the 6th?
Yes.
Who'd you speak to?
Jem Mutlu,
And where did that conversation take place?
the Cohasset Police Station.
And who was with you when that conversation took place?
Trooper DeChico.
And that day on the 6th, what was done as far as obtaining any digital devices from the defendant?
We collected on consent some digital devices.
And who went there to get those, if you know?
Lieutenant Fanning.
From what department?
Mass State Police.
And now, sir, when is it the next time you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Walsh? After the interview on the 5th?
I spoke to him on the phone Friday.
The 6th?
Yes.
And after that conversation, did you ever speak to him again?
Saturday.
Saturday. And where did that conversation take place?
At the same dining room table in his home.
And who was present for that conversation?
Myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, Attorney Minor, and the defendant.
And about what time did that conversation begin on the 6th?
About 2 p.m.
Was anything returned to him on the 6th?
The digital devices that we had on consent.
And were you present for that?
Yes.
Now, have you had the opportunity to review the statement from January 7th?
Yes,
And does it fairly and accurately reflect the defendant's statements?
it does.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have marked as Exhibit 55 the next drive that has the interview from January 7th.
Any new objections?
Same objection.
All right, they're acknowledged. The audio from 1723 is now marked in evidence as Exhibit 55.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, may I begin playing Exhibit 55?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman?
The recorder is on. It is 13:52 on May 7th, 2023. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm a detective with Cohasset Police. Present is
Dave DeChico from DICICCO, Trooper with Northwest PD. Proctor, PRO, CTOR, Detective of North County, Police Office.
Tracy Minor, attorney for Brian Walshe.
And I'm Ana Walshe.
Thank you.
And we've agreed that I get a copy of the report.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
We were just talking about looking the emails and passwords that Ana may use. And, so staying on that topic. Let's just try to go through all kinds of communication that we don't on. I don't know if she has a cell phone. Within that cell phone application that you have no driver.
Mm-hmm.
And does that generate a separate phone number, or is that just texting like WhatsApp?
Yeah, it's, so she's used WhatsApp as well, but Viber is actually gets in touch with her sister mostly. But she used it a lot when she was in Belgrade.
Did she have any applications on her phone that generate a secondary telephone number like that you know who?
No.
Did she make any calls from
Instagram, she might use Instagram. I don't know much about that. And that the iMessenger stuff has been people calling her on that. It's been coming on my phone over the last week, so.
And password for Instagram.
Those are the passwords that we use for stuff for banking, so I don't know if she uses it for that or not.
And pay over at capital B, local, one $sign at the end.
Right. She usually uses that for accounts that we were, like, if you want to get me on. So, like, the credit cards. So, maybe bank accounts, I don't really ever look at the bank accounts, but Netflix and things like that.
Back to any other methods of communication. Well, Facebook, do you have access?
I don't think I have access to that. Whatever she put in my phone is what I have. But Facebook, Instagram, I do email, text, and phone calls. I mean, phone network, if that's it. Yeah. Right. So that Venmo would be something.
with regard to the financials, we gave us what's it, 5 banking institutions that you guys use. By my records of Fidelity, there's Apple Credit Union, Long Ranch,
Liberty Bank, yeah, Grand Union, Liberty Bank, yeah, Liberty Bank is a credit union or something. And they have they have one of their locations right here in Middle. Or is that the president's in Virginia?
Is it Liberty Day or Liberty Home?
Liberty Bank, yeah.
I think she recently opened an account in DC.
I think she's using that credit. Okay. Yeah.
what about, yeah.
No, I had a credit card from Capital One.
She wouldn't have access.
No, definitely. No, that's what no.
All right, let's, anything else from you?
Other, the money, that was moved, from sale of the house to the, at escrow or 1031 exchange.
Yeah.
I think, what else? I mean,
And where is that, on your account in escrow? Oh, just something back to that. Maybe.
yeah,
But I think you said, what was that, what, 4 million?
yeah, so 200,000.
And is that, those are proceeds from sale of the industry?
Yeah, yes, 10, December 20.
December 29th on sale, like we told.
That's when the money hit, yeah.
And, what is the property that James slated to go into?
Well, there wasn't anything, chosen yet. There was possibilities of multiple work, but there was also, talk about something here in Massachusetts.
Okay.
But Baltimore, I think, was the main focus.
Yeah, you guys haven't going for.
No, there has been nothing.
And, you have a couple other properties in there?
A 2 in Lane, none of Revere.
Excuse me. Yeah. And any other, assets?
There's I don't know what's in Melbourne, but, there's a condo there and probably a small bank account that earned another share.
That would be like, bank, probably.
Yeah.
Is the condo right in her name or her
It's in
mom's?
small loans there. But then there's a piece of property across that her own sister owned. There's a piece of property across from the condo of Belgrade that her and her sister inherited from her father. And then there's her, it doesn't sound like something international, but then there's the country house, which is about 45 minutes out of Belgrade. That's in her mother's name. It was never in her father's name.
And these are all, the assets we talked about in the U.S., those are all joint, correct?
Well, everything's in her name.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I don't think, but, all right. Fair enough. Is there any, business dealings, firm that you consider on her own without your,
Is that my knowledge?
well, without your knowledge, you wouldn't know, but without your, like, you work closely, like, she's kind of like, this is my project, I'm doing this, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I don't hang with.
No, that's not how our marriage worked at all. If she was doing something like that, then I would have zero information about it. When we talked about everything, when she was looking for the dogs, she was looking for a new car, all these things.
But her business was obviously different, Spire and then was real quick was the full.
Only my company, the Lex company. Yeah, it's a cybersecurity training company, and that's a new company that I've been working on with my business partner. So that's what I do when I'm watching the kids and doing other stuff. So that's my main focus, and we're building it up over the last 2 years.
Off the ground running.
It's off the ground running. It's not profitable yet, but we're looking to go cash flow positive this year. Training, yeah, human-based cybersecurity training.
So
We work with a psychologist or a workplace psychologist who's my business partner as well, and we come in and train high-functioning teams like yourself in multi-team systems. Right now, we're reaching out to all sorts of different teams and have the ability to work cohesively with another high-functioning team. It's very important, especially for cybersecurity and for cybersecurity breaks. So, and it's all about incident response.
Any major financial losses with that?
No, not at all. No, in fact, we're looking to close a large agreement with the government. We've got 5 or 6 possibilities, and we've let's just recoup that and actually we use that money for restitution. Yes.
What was the investment in the cybersecurity?
Yeah, I can actually remember the exact numbers on that. We've, I guess it would be 90, so let's say $80,000 over 2 years.
That's on track.
We have we have a government contract now that's going to pay us $40,000 this year, and it's for over 5 years. So things go well, and then we're going to close those UK deals. But once that happens, we would be cash flow positive. Both my partner's not taking salaries out of those yet, though. So
Your partner in the trading card business.
he's invested.
Dissolving.
No,
Dissolving or?
no. I'm not partners. No.
Yeah, he's
No, I'm just a,
that's the.
yeah, it was a support system for him, and we're friends. So I saw opportunity during the pandemic. Things have really cooled off in that market, and that's why we need to unwind. And hopefully he'll go with. He got rid of one of his partners, and now he and someone else are going to run it themselves. When they're bringing on a couple other people, just he's invested over $100,000 in the business, and he hasn't taken any money or salary for the last 18 months, and he's looking to make another investment in the business possibly.
No idea. Trading card business.
Oh yeah, neither did I. They have some boxes like $10,000. It's kind of insane.
So the plan for new partners to, is that how you're gonna recoup your 50?
Unclear at this time, excuse me, but he is bringing on someone who's got a huge amount of inventory, which is what they do now, and that's going to off the sales of that, I could make my money definitely.
You brought on restitution.
Yes.
So what is the timetable for that to be resolved? What's going on for that?
We don't have a timetable.
You know,
That's my only.
I have been pressing to get as much paid as possible, as soon as possible, but we don't have any deadlines.
So is the case of internal stating? How that works?
I would like as much restitution as possible to be paid prior to sentencing.
Yeah.
At sentencing, whatever money has not yet been paid, we will have a time period to pay it on probation. It's usually 3 to 5 years, typical.
Okay.
But it's always beneficial, everybody, to pay on things as quickly as possible. So that's always my goal, but there's no timetable imposed.
What's the total amount of the restitution that's settled? Like, ballpark.
But par going at 50,000,
Well, we've already paid close to 200,000,
I wouldn't pay that much.
175.
I got it. It's a little complicated because Brian's mother had a bail money of $75,000 that she has pledged towards restitution. So once he's sentenced, you get that back, but she's not getting it back. It's going towards restitution, and I think we paid.
So 165. Yeah. And there's there's other 200 as well. Right, just so you know, Anna's main thing was like, what moved under DC? And the reason why I couldn't was because it's not resolved. She was like, well, you're coming to DC, then we'll just pay take that bill, and I was like, it doesn't exactly work that way, so.
So the monitoring that they on here is, sensing.
It was supposedly, it would have been cool in October, I think so, October.
He said that when we got that, something that we, for things or.
I went down to Cohasset town and got here and I opened up at the local bank. It's a it was a still one bank in the United States or Massachusetts. And I thought, oh, this is great. I'll have a, personal account there. I never used the Hingham savings, but all the restitution money went in. I took, so I put it all in there and wrote the check out. So that was the whole point of that. But I never did anything with that account. No access to it at all. I never used it in place for a year.
Possibility that she had an account that you didn't know about? Would that surprise you?
It would surprise me. Yeah, it definitely would surprise me. But I mean, it's possible. When she got the JetBlue card, she told me she was getting it. So
Going back just to round up, I guess the sense is the possibility that you could be incarcerated while doing this?
possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
Still on the table.
Of 6 months.
Yeah.
But that has not, that's all been put under suspense because of this.
So that's also, yeah.
Because,
Yes,
I mean, it's one thing if I could take care of the kids until you got up to 6 months.
Yeah.
It's no way.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, Ana and my mother both lost their minds. They were not having it. So
Back in the day.
well,
6 months.
after all of this, because we've been living apart for so long, so like, why do we do all of this? Why do we struggle this much? I mean, the cost of this house and running to a townhouse and all the traveling and not being together. She was really being very upset when I talked to her about it.
Did you guys discuss the plan for the kids if you were to go, say you were to go away for 6 months, like
We discussed the plan of the kids going to DC without me.
Yeah.
And we discussed that on September 1st because we only got this house for 6 months.
Yeah.
I had said, maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know how long I will go to see you or the children. And you'll be all by yourself. There will be not be a lot of support. But, we decided to do another 6 months here, which ends March 1st. Now, as we had a difficult holiday season because of, not being able to see each other and her mother's illness and having to go to Belgrade, take a vacation there, not here, I said, maybe it's time to send the kids, and I'll get a smaller place and we'll have to figure it out. And she said, well, let's discuss it. We're supposed to discuss it, for the new year and especially after the news that Tracy gave us a few days before. And also, what's Tracy going to say if I take the kids and I try to deal with the kids? And I said, but I also said, you're exhausted without the kids. Think about what that's going to be like, having 3 boys at the house and we want to leave home. So there was a lot up in the air. There's a lot of stress with that.
Yeah, that's a big life change. So what, Dominique over there in DC?
We were thinking of moving Robin. Robin is relatively new. We were going to ask her if that would work out. When she was in Serbia, she asked a few people if she was going to fly them in maybe. Her mother and my mother can no longer support the kids. They're just not in shape. They were a few years ago, and now it's just not possible. She's like, I bring my mother, and I was like, your mother's like she can't last. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they were watching. Her mother did help us a few years ago with 2, but it wasn't possible anymore. So, especially after her neurological incident last year. So
how did that conversation, where did that last? Where did you guys
I left a message for her, and I was going to get more information from Tracy. And I was going to speak to Ana, and I'll speak to my mother about it too. They both have a huge investment. Nothing had been decided, but that's where the thing was.
Okay. So I'd like to go back to the first year. we really need to find out what you did that day, and what the timeline for you. I know that the previous couple interviews told us that I left him going to 6, and he got up at 7:30.
Yeah, a little after 7.
7:30 with breakfast.
French toast, yeah.
That's the previous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not getting kicked or anything.
Yeah, right.
So why don't we just start at when you got out of bed?
Yeah, of course. So we were getting out of bed, and then because Brian wakes up, and then I came down. I didn't change in Brian because I was in the room's room. So sometimes, like I said, I'm supposed to in the morning. I don't always. And then William was still asleep in his room at the time, and Brian was up. Brian likes to come down the stairs himself, so I got down, and then Thomas was on the couch. And he started wanting to leave early for work. And he's like, "Yeah, I already know." I said goodbye. He's like, "All right, French toast time." So Brian came down. I made the breakfast, and I emptied out, cleaned up after some of the stuff from last night's dinner. Emptied out the dishwasher and that stuff. And then I went up to get William and bring him down for breakfast. So then we had the breakfast, which is the kids love the French toast on days off. And then was it coconut melon? Was I think what I put on for the kids. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that. The kids had their iPads too, as you know. There was a lot of new toys that we were playing with. So that was most of the morning. And then the phone at the time, I think I emailed, I made sure the phone was in so Zach and Daniel, who are, we basically work at, we're always in contact every day, so I wanted to know that my phone wasn't working in case something was coming across to let them know that I can only get emails on it and my father. So those are 3 emails I sent out. I was going to send out more, but I just didn't have time. But I think the phone show up. So Robin came in, and the kids were excited to see Robin. And then I got ready. I hadn't gotten ready at all. I showered and everything like that. So and I had time from 3 to 9 to leave the house. And it was to go to my mother. But I had to go out and get the milk and the juice and some other things. Mainly the milk was the reason I went to Shaw's. And then I came back and set that up. So I left at 4 instead of leaving at 3. And then I drove up and saw my mother, and then a couple errands, CVS and Whole Foods is the main things that I remember. I talked to her, the usual stuff, made sure everything was going well, and then I drove back. That was my main. That was the main thing. I think I got back, at 8 or something like that.
So you're in the house the rest of the night?
Yeah, that's it. So my times are pretty strict. So I'm you call, I'm 100% compliant on this.
Right. So when you first left the house at job,
Yeah, around a little after 3.
I think you were warning.
I might have gone to Walgreens and played. I might have had some baseball cards for Thomas or something like that. Yeah, I only know about it because of the Fresh Balls. Barnes and Noble is the place where you get the baseball cards too.
So you don't off the wall.
I do go to Walgreens a lot when I'm next to Shaw's. Yeah, so I don't recall. I was pretty focused on making sure I got the notes.
Okay. So then after that, you come home.
Yeah.
While you're here.
Oh, I just got the stuff in the fridge and basically told Robin I was heading out. Checked on the boys and things like that, and then I was gone.
And back to your home.
Yes.
What was that? What's that address?
330 Paradise Road.
You were Paradise and
Swampscott.
your condo.
What?
Your
Condos on yes, sir.
and that's private.
It's at something called the Landing. It's like a apartment complex or something.
What year?
1320.
Okay. So The director wants to, what route you travel?
It was a little difficult because I got lost because I didn't have the GPS.
Okay.
So it took a bit longer. I went the wrong way, and then I came probably. So what did I do? Because I noticed it was about 1 a.m. like 1, and then we came across on 114 or something, and then was able to get up to what's it called? The swamp sky.
So it took you longer than normal.
It took longer. Yeah.
How long do you estimate it to get there?
No, I mean, with no traffic, you can make it in, maybe 60, 70 minutes, but I probably took I took over a little bit over 90 minutes, maybe. So I was probably there, I was there before 6, but after 5:30.
Okay. Where did you get lost?
I went on 1 instead of going on 1A, and I kept driving further than I had to.
Right. And what did you do with her also?
She didn't know that I was coming because I go on my call in advance. So it took a while to get in. She's like, "Who is it?" She's always, she's like, "I don't think it's your son. Supposed to be here." She's like, "You didn't call." I said, "I don't know." And she opened the door, and then I came in, and then we just talked for a few minutes. I told her what was going on, and then I discussed if she I forget if I brought stuff at the time, or I don't think so. I think I went back out and brought some stuff from whatever she needed. A couple I forget what it is, but one of the foods that she likes. I don't think the name of it. And then a couple things from CVS. She likes cleaning pads. Is usually she can't have enough gloves and cleaning pads and things like that since the pandemic.
Okay. So you left your mom to CVS and what you were.
And then I was just in that area, that Swamp Scott area.
The Whole Foods CVS?
Yeah.
And what else?
Not that I can stop. Sometimes I'm going to stop and shop or, what is it? Home Goods, but not this time around.
You probably wouldn't have stopped shopping for the whole.
Well, they have the food. Also, the food for the dog is like 25% more expensive at Whole Foods than it is at Stop and Shop. So yeah, so there are times where I would go to get stuff, and obviously Market Basket and things like that. So
So you got some groceries not for your mom.
just a little bit, yeah. She does not require beef brand, so.
And back in us after CVS, what you said you remain there?
Yeah, just a little bit. We just discussed things, and she was like, "What's going on?" And she actually, we discussed, what Tracy had said. She's like, she basically said you have to see your family is one of the takeaways, and that was, that was next to me very much.
What's your plan on you ultimately get the PC going with you?
Yes, she's coming with us.
Oh,
She's going to live in a separate residence. She's independent, but much closer right now. We're really struggling because she's been far away, and she's like, "I'm not moving, especially after the pandemic, and I'm certainly not moving temporarily." So that's why she didn't move down. She was about to move down to Cohasset, but then I was moving, and she was like, "Okay, well, until I know where you guys are, it's not happening." So I get that. That makes sense. Yes. We were going to bring her to what's the place in Hingham, the Landmark or the.
I don't live down there.
Shipyard. There you go. Thanks. Yeah, I thought that would be good for her and close enough.
Okay, so you guys, you're there, and when you come home, you stop anywhere on the way home?
No.
No gas loss?
Oh. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I got gas. I'm sorry. I think I'll have to check on that. I don't think I got gas.
You only pay things with gas or credit card?
Yeah, I was about to say I usually pay for stuff in credit card, so if I did get gas, I'd know.
Credit card,
I use a free card. Yeah, the Chase Freedom. That's a joint account. The Chase account's on it. Yeah.
Okay, so from Swampscott, come directly home, and then because I looked at you, wanted to,
Yeah.
that's all right.
Yeah, it does sound about right.
In the Windows records, it has like a description well, you have to notify them in the world, right?
Right.
And what is that? Is that done with one read and tell them?
Oh, no.
Every day? Is that
No. So, with Marlene, every Thursday I send her an email. If you go through my emails, you can you can look through all of those. And I say, so these are the requests for the week. This is what I'll be doing at this time. May I have permission to take, to school or whatever it is. Now, there are some other things that are constant, like taking the kids to school is all set up, right? So I have to take school from Monday to Friday and stuff like that. So those I don't make requests for. The other things, like I have to see Tracy in person, or see my probate lawyer, or support my mother, or take kids to a game that's not. I make those requests in advance. If anything changes, I am able to ask about changes. They're supposed to be 72 hours in advance, though. So same day would have to be an emergency situation.
Okay. I think the particular trip that on Sunday in response to I think the description says mom's robbing.
Yes. So I was supposed to take because she was having cataract surgery, so she was coming over. What was it happen? So she was going to come over. I went and I picked her up, and I brought her back to the house. So she was okay. So let me figure this out. We went on the 20th or something, or the 21st for her surgery. At that point, she couldn't do a lot, so she was at the house here to take care of her. Then I drove her up, set her up at her place so that she could be comfortable away from the kids. She's not able to stay there for extended periods of time. And also so that and she likes to leave on and I can have time alone as well. Then I went to pick her up and brought her back, and then she was going to stay until first. She left early, and I said, I'll come up. And she's like, I have everything. And I said, okay, I'm all set for Sunday. I'll come up and make sure you're all set for the week, so that we're all, everything's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. So we didn't know how fast she recovered much quicker from this cataract surgery than the first one. So I went up to support her and set her up or off, so that she made sure she had everything.
So the day you did drop her off early, what was that?
No, her car was here because we brought her car in before her surgery, and then she's like, I can drive, I'm fine. She left on Thursday.
Okay. So you're here Sunday. You go on Monday. Do you have any scheduled? I can't call my head.
I think I don't believe I had scheduled time on Monday. I probably took. I guess I did have a little bit of scheduled time to do things with the boys. As normally it's for school, but they didn't have it, so I took Thomas for. I remember taking Thomas for ice cream or something like that. So to mix it up a little bit. And what was the other thing? I think that was it. That was the only time I left. I don't remember leaving in the morning.
I thought you said Thomas.
Other boys stayed here with a while.
What time should you
I don't remember. I think I had her come over pretty early because Ana had left, and at the time I didn't have the phone. If you look at the text messages, she's like, so when she left on Sunday, I said, hey, can you go on Monday? I'm all by myself with the boys. I don't know what's happening on the phone. She said, sure, but she texted me and said, is 9 okay? So I was getting in touch with her. We didn't have the phone at the time, but I said, that's when she went out and went through all the garbage in the middle of the day, looking for the phone.
Yeah, just employees sometimes.
Right, yeah.
Is there a speaker?
There was a speaker, and then there was the coffee grinder. It's like, that was kind of weird.
What kind of speaker?
I don't know. It's something that Ana had gotten, but when once it was clean, it didn't work anymore, so it all went back in. But I appreciate it rather than bringing it all out.
You guys got me on the Google Books production?
No.
Okay, so you recall once on month?
Yeah, that was. I think usually I get a treat with my father. So I kind of one-on-one time with him. William and Brian also like it, so I'm trying to mix it up. But I don't have a huge amount of time.
It's good ice cream.
I knew it was over in Egan. It was good.
Yeah. What do you got now?
I think is that what they wanted? They wanted to go somewhere. It was like he was asking about somewhere else. I think he wanted to go to Press. He wanted to go to Press, which is the what's that place? Press is in Norwell or something like that. No, it's actually it's a healthy place, but he thinks he's getting a chocolate milkshake, but it's just a chocolate banana. I don't know. He figured that he's like this. He's found it to be tasty, so I was like, well, that's later anyway. So.
So for the Monday, I mean, at what point do you really start to get
Nervous?
concerned?
Monday. Yeah, when I had the phone. Once I got the phone, she was getting in touch with me. I was like, well, this is like, that was weird. And we're over time, basically. So I'm talking, all the time. So, but the week or so before, we had the same situation. Yeah, for Christmas and everything. So I didn't want to freak out at that point. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what happens in the morning. And then that's when all the texts started coming. I was like at 6, I wake up pretty early. So I texted her. I was like, what's going on? That's when I got in touch with Alyssa. And she told me to calm down. And my mother told me to calm down. And Sandra, her sister, was like, I was going to 12:31. No one seemed to worry. But I was like, maybe I'm being insane. And I almost called work. Last time, and Ana's like, do not embarrass me at work. And my husband calling around for me. So I was going to call on Tuesday, but I didn't. And I should have. And then I didn't hear from her. And then on Wednesday morning, that's when I called. I started calling the line. I don't have a number of someone at work, I realized too. So I called I called Mazda building, called Crossing building. I called Jeff Chon, and have his number. While I was looking for that number, Graham got in touch with me and said, hi, is what's going on? And I was like, here's Brian Walshe, his husband. Oh, thank you, sir. Is she there? He's like, is there a problem? I was like, not if she's at work. And that's when this all. Wednesday morning. That was Wednesday morning. 72 hours.
So you concerned on Monday, Tuesday,
Everyone's telling me to calm down. And I was going to call work, and the whole thing was like, don't embarrass her at work. And that's why I kept texting. Where are you? I emailed her. I said, missing again.
Who's Alexandra?
Alexandra's sister. So her name is Alexandra, but Ana has all sorts of different names for her. Alex, Sally, Sally, so all sorts of, so she's got some different names. That's Ana's sister.
I saw you were the
Bible, yeah.
And on the 4th, which is one to, you'd already opened it on the whole.
Yeah.
But then she starts talking about police. Police,
Tell her to wait to call the police, because I was at the time, I was talking to Petition Inspire people, and the guy Huey was going to get everything in motion. He's the one that said, I'll call DC, and he met them, and he's the one who calls Cohasset to get everything going, because he's, ex-Secret Service and everything. So I asked, basically, I was going to do it myself, and he's like, let me do it. And that's the human resource officer, Teresa, who immediately got me in, who called me. She's like, I'm driving over now. I'm gonna tune you in with Julie. So I was like, okay. Because I've never filed a missing person report or anything like that. And she said, we have support for you. But there was no delay, by doing that. In fact, I feel like things happened a lot quicker.
I think things happen pretty quickly after.
Yes. Right. Yeah, 100%. And I think it was, I'm sorry, I think it was person, Greg, immediately came over and he got the information down, and he came over again and then Huey called me, Greg gave me the person's report, but it was Huey who gave me the report.
I think Richard Walker did that.
No. Who's that?
It's, that last week, I think, over the leave, the youth and other stuff. So, I forget what. Yes, but,
I'm Nan,
yeah.
Brian's mother.
Yeah.
I'd like to offer a report.
Yeah, and I will, yeah, quite a few people I gotta work with, and I think, yeah, that goes both ways, Generate a lot more leads, generate a lot more time wasting.
Exactly. Instead of, anyway, she wanted me to bring that.
Okay, she spoke to me about it and I said, that's crazy, so.
I think she wanted to offer for the board.
But you'll offer, I feel offer more, I will offer it.
That's what he wants us to.
So that's a starting point.
Yeah, that's before that.
But before we do anything, we're
Yeah.
getting approval.
No, it's important that we still.
Sometimes there's big public announcements on there on and off.
Right, no,
We're
no,
not-
we don't want to do anything
No,
that's
we're-
going to impede the investigation.
No, we're working in alignment with you, that's our focus.
When I told you that next day about the new year,
Right.
all you picking up
Yeah.
and the parties,
Yeah.
that was kind of one thing.
Yeah, it hasn't, it's only created more stress.
So I want to work on the same team.
Yeah.
The event has their own.
Yeah, right, sell newspapers. And that's why we brought, Tracy's here to, basically, cool down, but they need a bit of time where, the rest of us are not operating really very well. And also to, protect me for, my other people problems that happen.
Yeah. Main goal here is to find out.
Yeah.
Look at a lot of noise from leads, from everywhere.
Do you have any other names?
Not something that I was just home here.
Okay.
I figured out what doesn't happen.
No, do you have any other information?
No,
Alright.
not right now.
All right.
Obviously, he doesn't.
Is he an Uber driver or a Lyft driver?
Richard Walker?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you
don't even know if he exists.
Okay.
I'm asking, why
no,
I'm asking that?
Ana had a regular, I don't know if it was Lyft or Uber, but said that, like, if someone out here, they can't recognize, like, is it the same person?
Oh, really?
It would come out. I mean, I guess there's not a lot, it's not a high, so 2 or 3, I don't know how many times, but I never got the person's name. No, just that he was, very nice and, good driver. No, I didn't get any info. I didn't think about it. I mean, but I know that she, normally you don't see an Uber driver twice, and I think she saw him at least twice, if not more.
Some people, I don't know, drive have directly.
Right. I don't know if that ever, I asked, are you doing that at the time when I asked, it was a while ago, I was just like, no. So I said, are you going to just hire him directly? She had said no. So that's where we left it. That must have been a month ago or 2 months ago or something.
What's your service look?
I'm pretty sure it was Uber. It could be Lyft. I never, she was running both of the apps and seeing what the pricing was always. I don't know. She usually gives the regular stuff. Whatever was available. And she was leaving very early in the morning on Cohasset. So there were days when I was awake early on, and she was worried about if she was going to make it to the airport because we couldn't get anyone. Or they would be 30 minutes out.
Obviously, a lot of missing, public and many people are going to have their suspicions for you.
Sure.
That's something to have.
Tracy is prepared for that.
Yeah. We know that's not lost on you, but it's important for us to hide out of the timeline for the house. So then fish ran quicker and
Sure.
And that's part of the reason for the timeline is important to get on Sunday and Monday. For the equipment, but you know, just what I asked, there is one you have to think harder. That it's when you left on Sunday or when you went out on Monday, stuff that you can verify. Well, you can't verify. You basically want to know where you went, you know, what and where your stuff is. But we also like to hear about that. So, as far as the trip on Sunday, the first time you left the house was to go to Shaw's.
Yes.
And actually,
Sure. Awesome.
back here, back out for one.
Right.
Route again up there.
Is it Route 1?
So from here, when you need to get to start.
I go right, and then I drive over to, I get over to the, I think it's Derby Street area, right? So I take the left and go through all that. Then I get up onto exit 93, is that right? Or something like that. And then then I get to Boston, and through Boston, and then one, I guess it's really one anyway, so one somehow. Because I've got so used to not having directions, right? Or having directions, not having directions. I was just, you know, and then I got myself further up than I should have, and I came across.
At what point did you go down like that?
The other, the ship. The ship. So there's the, like there's a ship on the north shore. So you're on Route 1, there's a ship, Christmas tree store used to be there, I think on the right. Yeah, so I think I've gone too far. And I don't know how to use my GPS in the Volvo, because I never use it.
Okay, so you turn around or you keep going?
No, I looked around and I think I took 114. I'm not sure. I just took a right because I knew that I knew my mother was here and I was like over here. I could cross.
Okay, so you start crossing on Route 114.
I think so. Yeah, that's I remember that.
And that brings you over what to what?
Well, I think it brings me over to Lynn. Well, from there, I sneaked around and then got to the water and up to Swampscott.
Your condos in Lynn checking out?
No, I denied.
Are those occupied or?
They're both occupied. Yes. You're welcome to. I mean, we have to talk to the tenants. You're welcome to look at them if you want.
Okay, so you cut through Lynn and you go directly on the highway.
Yes.
And how long did you have to do?
Not long. Just that's a good question. I'm a little over time right now, but let's say 15 minutes.
Okay, so you estimated it took you about 90 minutes to get there, is that right?
Something like that, yeah. So I left around 4, so I should have been out of there by 6, or around that 6 o'clock time.
To go to run the errands?
Yeah, I run the errand, and I got back, and I was there a bit longer, and then back there, back home.
And again, the errands were pretty open.
Zillion was there.
And you had to go to the stores because the reason before the Whole Foods.
Yeah, I suppose we use the Whole Foods and then CVS uses the wipes, the alcoholic wipes and stuff like that.
And don't
Did you not say it? I might have got gas, I don't know, I have to check.
and for the back, nice, got that,
Yeah. Yeah.
conversation.
I was out and out being there for New Year's, and she's like, "Okay, how things going?" I said, "Yeah, it was really a great night." And then she's like, "Is Robin at the house?" I said, "Yes, I got to get back." and she came late, and I don't have my phone, so my mother was worried about that. She's like, your phone, so there's a lot of discussion about that, and then, me getting to see with the kids, she's like, I can't like this going on too long, and, that was pretty much it. And now a lot of the surgeries are done now up here too, so, it's a good, she was like, it's a good time. I've done the cataract surgery, I've had all of my, my checkups for my lungs, so it's a good time to go.
You get to that conversation
Yeah, she asked, like, where's Ana? And I said she had to go for work, and then she's like, well, she's working all the time. And I said, yeah. Yeah.
Talk about working minutes. She not happy with that.
No, last time, on December 24th, when she worked up until 7 p.m. and then she missed the flight on, there was I was like, what's going on? And she basically said, you're asking a lot of questions. I didn't know what's going on. I was like, well, it seems really odd that you have to work like so late on December 24th. And she said, hey, I said I was going to take care of it. And then I said, all right. So I didn't want to get into it, especially she was obviously hesitant to tell me that she wasn't going to be able to stay the whole time. So I didn't want to, we had a great night. So I was like, okay, well. And then she also said, I'm going to have more time for Martin Luther King Day, 4 or 5 days. I remember her saying that she's like, let's go to work out. I'm behind. She got sick after coming out for Christmas, so I guess she had to work from home on Tuesday, and she felt like behind for the year. So it could have been that she was wanting to get ahead, but she said that there was something that was important that she had to be at. I assumed, I haven't told you the stories I make up in my head, but if you're interested, I have there's no basis other than like, what I thought it might be, but. I thought something at the Mazda building. That's where she was till 7 p.m. On the 24th of December. In the morning, she sent me, if you look at the text, she's like, there's leaks, like at 8 a.m. on that. So I assume something must have gone on over there. And she's supposed to live right next door. That's, so the fact that she's here and not right next door, and someone might, call her and say something like that, she'd be like, well, I have to get over there. And she was always busy on the phone and stuff going on, so. Well, she lives, our townhouse is right next door to the Mazda building. So she can walk over, right? So the fact that she's always here, doesn't, okay, I don't know. I mean, again, this is all of my conjecture. Like, she's like, well, if we were at the townhouse and something went on at the Mazda building on New Year's Day or any time, she could get out, walk over, deal with it, and come right back. We'd be fine. But
Fix a leak.
no, but she manages all the people and stuff there. So, and she's, it's an in-person job. It's not something like that she does over the phone and stuff like that. So but again, that was something that's in my head. Yeah.
Why do you think you lost the evidence to go back to work?
We lost a lot of time over the holiday season.
When did she actually tell you that she was?
She alluded to it when she arrived on Friday, and she was busy on Saturday saying that she was running, things were running behind, and then she basically said I have to go back. She kept saying I have to go back early. Then after Jen left, she said I have to go back tomorrow.
If you met to go back to after.
Right. So in the morning, and I was like, well, that's somewhat surprising, but considering like the Thanksgiving schedule, the last 2 months, it wasn't surprising because she was supposed to be here for Thanksgiving, that got canceled. And then when she came back on December 6th, she was supposed to be here for 5 days, but she was only here for a few hours. She was supposed to be here for Christmas, New Year, Christmas Eve and all of that. And then that got compressed, and then she drove up, so she's only here from 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the 26th. So all of that became a pattern that we were getting compressed on our schedules. That did also do with the flights and things like that.
Late on, supposed to work so late on Christmas Eve, Dr. Please.
Yes. No, I mean, I was like, why? Yeah, I was complaining about it. That's the best way to. No, I mean, no, I don't think so. I just was like, I said, who else is working on that at that time? But they, I guess they made a decision to get all the stuff out of there early. And I could see that, corporate style. And she did say, hey, the 24th is a working day in retail day. And that is true.
What was her title?
She was the regional general manager.
Both like a problem occurred in one of these buildings trying to get underneath her.
There's GMs, yeah, definitely. But she, yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. Crossing did not have a GM for a long time. So she was playing GM over there. That guy Graham who called me, was the new GM. And then Mazza was kind of her project because it was closing. So she was very hands-on over there. For the other buildings, there was less talk about the other buildings.
And just so I'm clear on the timeline, she had a flight Christmas morning. She worked late Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Okay. When did she actually show up at Christmas?
8 p.m. on Christmas. Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day at 8 p.m.
Yes.
And just drove straight through.
Yes. Well, she missed her. The flight was canceled. It was like they're canceled, and they're like, maybe we get you out. That's when the whole storm came, and then she just got in the car and started to drive. And I said, no, they'll get rest, which might have been better, but it's very her. That is her very all out all the time.
Okay, so 8 p.m. on Christmas, she pulls in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you didn't suspect how you wanted to into your right, but if it was Rupert, you have to have the sheriff or Kevin. Suspect her of sleeping.
No, not when we were married. I mean, like when we were dating other people, it was a bit different. But like in the last 7, 8, or 9 years, no, absolutely not. I mean, with 3 kids, and I after I was arrested, I remember writing her a note saying, "This might not be the life I promised you. If you want to leave, I understand." She said, "No, let's do it together." And we were, we're focused on our relationship and the kids. I mean, it's more than just us; it's children too. So. I really couldn't imagine that. She was very focused on work and family. And this would be it would be totally outside of her, value system.
So how would you react if you told you that? So, angry or
yeah, I would say. Yeah, I don't even know. My first inclination would be like, we're going to get divorced. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't even expect something like that to happen. But if she said, again, the story I made out is that she's like, I'm moving with someone else, not like I'm sleeping with someone.
What do you mean?
Well, I assume that if something like that happened, she would say, I'm leaving for someone else. Not like, oh, I'm having an affair. It would be kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, she's very direct, but when we always have these conversations, I said, I know it's been tough being separated, she's like, yeah, you have to get to, but her whole thing was like, you and the kids get to DC as quickly as possible. That is not someone who's like having an affair. What do you mean? We've had conversations about, struggles that we're having being part. And she was like, you have to get to, you and the kids have to get here as soon as possible. Not, there was nothing other than that. That was always her main focus.
Was it planks about
Yeah, there was, it was certainly difficult, but, we did see each other enough and, that we were able to be intimate, on, a regular basis. Not the same as if you were living with someone, but in some ways, we took advantage of the time more than had we been together. I remember her bringing that up. She said, well, when I'm here, you definitely make it a priority. Whereas when we were together, you're like, well, we're always late another night, but here we can't. So that was something that we did discuss. But she didn't like this house. That was another thing. She was always complaining like we're a rebel. She hates rebels. So. But her having an affair, I just like, you know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, where's the time? She was exhausted. She was always flying. At every moment, she was flying here or working. I mean, sure. I mean, anything's possible. It just sounds, all of the scenarios seem improbable. Certainly that does too. But maybe I only see it like one way. And then who would be with her? It's like, I don't even know.
Is work emergencies on? Without anyone there, sure, pick up.
Yeah, picking up and leaving was not common. Work emergencies were, I mean, maybe the word emergency is being misused, but, you know, upticks or something that, you know, just, like a outlier. You know, there was a time the FBI, you know, hit the crossing building. She was, all of a sudden, she was like inundated over there. And then the leaks at Mazda, TJ Maxx wanted to leave Mazda. Like these things that came up that like were disrupting her daily work were things that, you know, we talked about all the time, and that it was, you know, huge pressure for her, and she didn't have all the personnel in place.
Actually, it's to backtrack on something you said. She came home December 5th or early December, you said, and she was supposed to stay 5 days.
Yeah.
She came home for a few hours. It was kind of.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I guess it was the same thing. She was going to come in on, remind me of the calendar or something. So she was gone. Yeah, I guess she came on the 7th, which was a Wednesday. And she had left on the 23rd. So 2 weeks in Belgrade. She was going to stay and leave on Monday the 12th. And then she told me she had to leave on the 8th. So that was the, so it was starting to get, I started to get used to it. I was like, wow, that's tough. I mean, and we did have a, you know, I was upset. I leave 2 weeks, you know, in Belgrade, 1 day here. And, you know, kids and I, you know, need more than that. So,
Your Honor, Mrs. Gilman, if I could ask you to pause. Your Honor, would it be an appropriate time now, or would you go this?
No, pick a time now.
Thank you.
So jurors, thank you for your attention today. And I know from firsthand experience, and now you do too, how tiring it can be just sitting all day. So think about that. Get some fresh air when you can, either at lunch and get home. It helps from my experience. I'll leave you today reminding you of the 4 obligations that you have and that I expect to know you will be obedient to them. First, don't do any research about this case. Don't speak to anyone about this case. Don't access any social media or news media, and continue to have open minds. Think of you as sponges in the jury box, taking in all of the information that's provided to you during the trial. Have a good night. But before you leave, don't think I'm oblivious to the fact that I think we're getting the first snowstorm. Lived here now a lot of years, and so I hate to say this out loud, but I will anyway. I don't have a great confidence in, as it is such a complicated business, what the meteorologists are predicting. I did ask my clerk to check earlier this afternoon, sometime between 2 and 4, and it sounds like they're downgrading the expectations. But I don't want you to think your safety and your security is a priority to me, as is everybody that works here. So I'll be thinking about that tomorrow, and if it's appropriate to let you go earlier, I will if the forecast changes. But well, I don't want to jinx this. So I'll leave it there. Jurors, have a good night, and again, thanks for your attention today.
All rise for the court, please. Jurors, close your notebooks, leave them on the chairs. Follow me.
What is the plan for day 2?
Your Honor, we have approximately 40 more minutes of interviews, but I believe I have about 30 to 40 minutes of an examination left of Sergeant Schmidt. There would be cross-examination. I leave that to counsel. And then we would put on Trooper Guarino to go over the results of the Safari searches, the Safari history of the MacBook, also mentioning the iPad and some of the work he did on one of the phones. I anticipate there's binders of information that would go in through him and that would be reviewed with him.
Those are binders that you, I think they're on my bench, but are those the 3 binders that we previously discussed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And remind me, I think I remember this correctly, that you have binders for each of the jurors? Or are you going to do them on the, all in the electronics?
We're going to do it on monitors. It's a lot of paper.
It is.
And I would easily break the machine. So that is the intention to do that. We are also going to call in another half dozen witnesses if we go fast. And I will give counsel the list of the extra witnesses we'll have, because I'm not too sure what the cross will be. So I want to make sure we have more business available for us than we might get to.
Right. I appreciate that. And then I will keep an eye on the forecast. It's what I most recently read is they were downgrading it slushy, but the commute tomorrow, leaving work might be messy. If it starts to get messy here, I'll probably cut the day short. Hopefully the weather will stay rainy instead of snowy, but we'll be limber.
I also think that right now we're ahead of pace.
Good. All right. There's another question. I'm just hesitating to get up because I feel like there's something else I wanted to ask you. Can't bring it back right now. So I'll remember it right after I step off the bench, and then I'll pepper you with that either by email through the clerk or otherwise. Oh, I know what it was. I think earlier today when we were talking about the William Fasto text messages, I did see the final paragraph and went back, and it was Exhibit 199 that I was referencing, or paper number 199, not paper number 197. It's motion eliminate number 13, which goes back to the same arguments with regard to state of mind evidence. But at one point, I knew where to find some of those, whatever was marked for the grand jury, but I don't see it anymore. 2 things. One, best I can tell, according to my records, the defense never opposed that motion to eliminate. So if the opposition is different than the substance of the opposition to paper number 199, specific to Mr. Fasto, the defense should let me know that. When do we think we're going to see Mr. Fasto?
We're working on Thursday, Your Honor.
Okay, so everyone knows when it's going to be. And secondly, so that I can get prepared for those arguments, I want the Commonwealth to get me a copy of Mr. Fasto's emails.
Text messages.
Thank you.
Copy today, I can give the court.
It's,
I think the one that the government would expect to introduce, I think has some photos blurred out, but just for the court to see. And we did submit a written objection to statements relating to state of mind. We didn't specifically reference his. If it would assist the court, I can certainly have something by tomorrow morning, even just a 1-page highlighting and specifying our objection.
right.
But I'll pass this out now just so you have.
So I do have whatever you objected to for 199, and I went through Qualls or Quails or whatever the name of how you pronounce the case at the time, and some of the cases that followed it. So I'm familiar with what the law is with regard to the state of mind exception. I just want to refresh my memory. There's certain of Mr. Fasto's text messages with Ana Walshe that I remembered from prior hearings, but this will help me. I'll take a look at this tonight.
And I'll get a 1-page, just brief draft or brief memo, just outlining the argument more precisely.
All right. All right. That's all I can think of right now. Any other questions, comments, needs? Commonwealth first.
No, Your Honor.
And defense, anything you want to raise with me? Thank you. Have a good night.